and it'll be more vivid to me. And then when you like first put that nice little oil on it, it just pop.
Okay, I'll stop now.
I tell y'all a secret.
What?
I press record now.
Oh,
It was a few
but
seconds
that was
ago.
like, you know, it could be like ad-libs. You know how people had the little interludes?
Yeah, I ain't gonna chop that shit up. Welcome back to Custom Shit. Your boy KB back in the building for episode 68. This is like real episode 68 because I fucked up on the last.
Lost count.
Yeah, I lost count real bad, and I was looking back in the library. I was like, oh shit, I was wrong. Yeah, but whatever. Welcome back. We got Miss Brittany from the Beehive in here. Tell her to say hi.
Hi.
And this young lady here joined us a few episodes ago. QUAN, the Baba.
Hi.
I always fuck it up. LA means the though
No,
in French,
QUAN
don't
is.
it? Spanish.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. I ain't feeling
How did
that
you?
stuff.
Yeah, how did you put the La Baba on it?
Cause my name is LaQuan.
Makes sense.
That makes perfectly good
Yeah.
sense. I never thought that
And then
shit.
Love Barber is like feminine barber.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So
I never thought no shit like that. I just thought you was playing some Spanish shit. I'm like, all right, well, I know it's either L or La in Spanish. Both of them just mean that at some point. I think.
Feminine barber, you know. So I really got from LaQuana because people always say my name up. So
That makes perfectly good sense.
yeah.
All right, now let's get to the announcements early. Let me hit my drum roll real quick. Drum roll. Where's this bitch at? There you go. This episode is sponsored by me again. CutByKB.com. Get your barber products and accessories. We got leave-in conditioners, electric shavers, do-rags, t-shirts. Shit, I got extra blades and all kinds of shit for your clippers. Find some shit on there, buy some shit on there, support. Thank you kindly. I much appreciate it. Then we can go to, if you're a subscriber of the show, you want to support the show, please feel free to go to patreon.podbean.com/KNS. That's patron.podbean.com/KNS. Now let's get to the show. Ladies, how y'all doing?
Good.
Tell me something good, Quan. This happened to you since the last time you was here. Tell me something good. I need some good news.
What's good? The last time I moved.
Yeah.
Oh no. I gotta get the hand claps. There we go.
I moved other than my old place for 11 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is new. It's fun.
These claps be long as hell. I'll find some better sound effects.
Yeah, but business is good, booming. I mean, I can't complain honestly. Okay.
I had a guy come in here yesterday from you ever heard of Live Chair?
Live chair?
Yeah. They used to have a booking app, but now they doing like Live Chair help. You know, like in barbering, the red, white, blue. Shit started medical, stuff like that. So they bringing back awareness. Damn, I'm plugging these people. I wasn't part of the plan, but they're bringing, trying to bring awareness back to barbershops and health and helping give people resources to health insurance and tips and all kinds of stuff. It's Live Chair Health. They came in here yesterday and I was telling them they was telling me about a lot of the barbershops they went into that businesses was like suffering, and I'm like. I'm fine. Like I'm lucky.
Wrong?
Like I'm thinking about that. I'm like I don't know how that's possible right now.
I just want to know, so I don't do it.
Yes, you should do a poll or some shit like
I
that.
don't know. I just try not to think about it. Whatever I'm doing when it's working, I'm gonna keep it doing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, because that's negative energy, and I don't want to think about
exactly.
it. That type of shit make you fall into, and I'm like,
stressful.
the last thing I need to talk is tracking negativity. Like your business doing that. I don't want to know nothing about that. Like I don't want none of that energy like at all.
Like the sun came out today. That's good.
Yeah, I'm glad everybody's doing well and everything. But he was telling me like it's a lot of businesses that's
Really?
yeah, and honestly, I don't see how it's really possible for our business. But they said a lot of like barbers they quit, or a lot of shops in general.
Wow.
They quit and did what?
I don't know. That's
What kind of shops was he going to? Was he going to corporate shops or like
I'm assuming he
I don't
was
think
because
corporate.
that's what my
Cause you think they like at a place like that? I don't think so.
The hair cuttery?
I mean, I don't
Absolutely.
think so. Lounge chair?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, cause they have their slow seasons, and it's like, it's not consistent. And because they have a high turnover of stylists, is, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if it came from, you know, the corporate side versus, you know, us. You know, business by ourselves, so.
But yeah, live chat.
Or, you know, a lot of people leave salons or barbershops and go into suites, so it's limited in that respect.
Yeah, he said that, and he said like a lot of the people like started cutting out of their home. I'm like, what? I don't want people in my fucking house.
I don't
like,
either, but you cut the overhead.
You cut the house, the overhead, but I don't.
A tremendous amount.
Yeah, but is it really
home,
worth it? Because I could only think of people driving past my house at some point in the day, seeing my car, and feeling like they got the right to just knock on my door and ask for a haircut. Like, no.
But you would establish that. I really think like I did hair at my house for a long time, and nobody ever stopped by my house to knock and say, "Hey, you taking a walk?" No, so it was strictly by appointment only.
Right.
Then even unconsciously by appointment only.
I'm talking about one of your clients. Like, just like, oh shit.
First of all, don't pop up in my house.
Yeah.
Cause
I
I be in
was
this
just riding
hair, not here, not gonna do it. I be asking my you expecting somebody? 'Cause I'm not.
I don't even like answering my fucking door.
I be looking at my kids. We waiting on somebody? No. Like, I don't know who that is.
So tell us something good, Brittany. Something that's happened since the last time you were on the show.
How long has it been since I ain't been?
It's been a few episodes. At least like 2, I think. Like 2 episodes, about 2 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks.
Good was good. I went on vacation.
Hey, yes.
Well,
I'm
not
on
really.
vacation.
I just was off for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
That's it?
I mean,
You got ain't nothing crazy like happening in the shop, you know, something good. Come on, give us the juice.
you know I don't give no juice.
I know.
Like, don't see over
Don't
here.
feel weird. But let me see. I think
Don't nobody want to hear about me dying.
yeah, you're right.
But you here now, so I actually am curious to know.
See?
Like, cause you have to talk about it.
It was the awkward silence. I know I ain't about to say shit else.
We ain't getting that one, y'all.
I've been posting a lot of haircuts lately.
You have.
And I had just posted a thing on my story. Like, I don't even really know why I'm doing it. It don't even really make sense for me to keep posting a bunch of fucking haircuts because
You
realistically,
just gonna
I
piss a
can't.
bunch of people off. Yeah. You can't get an appointment.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you're right.
that's how I feel. Like, I just want to show niggas I'm good at this shit.
It's okay.
And I'm consistent with it, so I'm gonna just keep posting shit just because.
How far do you take bookings? How far out?
60 days.
Okay. Well,
I
you just
think
gonna
that's
have to
enough.
use one of the 60 day appointments.
Yeah, I think 60 days is
like
more than
58
enough.
more days. I'm in there. Like,
A few people like at the end of May now. I think I don't know when. Like,
Yep, because I got mine all the way through May.
you're the only proactive person though. You ever catch?
Because
how do
I
you-
gotta schedule my life around my life.
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
And that's like that creates a real sense of, I don't know, lack of patience or some shit like that because I mean like we was talking about the tattoo and I thought like I want to go now, like I can't, my whole life is ran by appointments and it really hurts me to have to make an appointment for real, like
that don't take walk-ins. You just can't walk in, but you want to walk in.
yeah I do because I'm busy as shit.
The mind fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's this whole mind fuck.
I get it, because sometimes I do just want to do stuff when I feel like it, and then I
Yeah.
put myself back and like, oh yeah, they probably want me to call ahead of time.
Yeah, like 'cause I know how I'd be like. I probably won't want to do it tomorrow. If I say I'm gonna do it now, if I say I'm gonna do something Monday, it's what Wednesday today. All right, I'm gonna say do something Monday, and I'd be like, when Monday hit, I'd be like, fuck that shit. So it's like I gotta be able to just go. Like I need to be able to call, and maybe I'll call ahead if I need to go, but I can't just make appointments because I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
See, no, I prefer appointments. I don't want nobody in my way. I don't want nobody there when I'm there. I want the attention when it's my time.
That's right.
So I prefer an appointment, and I will book in advance for all my services.
That's very patient of you.
It's not. I'm very impatient, but that's why I do it, because I'm impatient and I'm like waiting. Because if I walk in and they might have somebody else, and I gotta wait for them to finish them. I mean, either way, even if I have an appointment, they still might be finishing up. But it's still like, I have an appointment. I'm next. Not I walk in and it's 4 other people in front of me, and I might not get taken today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, that's
that's
a trigger.
That's why I don't do it. Only appointment I make really is for my car.
That's like when people pay to cut the line. I don't like that.
I don't like that shit.
That's fighting words.
Yeah.
You asking for some trouble.
Do you allow that though?
No, absolutely
Why?
not. I don't want nobody fighting over me. I don't want to cause no trouble. Nobody coming up, pulling up. Oh yeah, remember me from last week? I don't want none of that. I'm all for love and I'm sticking the peace. And
tranquility.
Like, look, let's not fight. I mean, some people you do feel like you gotta fight every once in a while. So I'm not gonna sit here and say don't throw hands, but I'm just saying, like, over you bumping the line, you think you can walk in and pay somebody money to skip them after they've been waiting for like 3.5, 4 hours. You bold.
Or if you have booked for 2 months,
like you bold. And
like, right, put somebody in front of me,
one of your 58-day clients, and they like, damn, find me in and recorded, man. Got come in, I got $500.
And then they get canceled.
Like, I got $500. I'm gonna cut the line. And you're like, oh no, you're not today. No, you're not.
And you know what? I thought about something the other day. Like, I typically don't feel no type of way about canceling appointments, because I be like, this is my goddamn life and I'm gonna run it. But then sometimes I look at that particular day that I'm gonna cancel, and like, oh man, damn, they gonna have to wait till fucking June. Oh man, like
I pray for them. I just be like, you know what, they're gonna come, and I'm gonna get my best haircut out.
Yep.
And then they gonna be like, you know what, Quan, I'm gonna go ahead and book next. Like we better do it now.
Yeah, they gonna probably cuss me out for the first 5 minutes, but at the end of the haircut, it's gonna be great.
It's all love.
I would be hurt.
What if one of yours got canceled?
If I got canceled now, I had to wait till June.
I ain't gonna lie, that's why I cut my own hair.
I probably would cut my own too at that point.
That's not why I cut mine, but
I don't cut it that often, but I pretty much do, because I just don't want to.
You don't want to wait.
I just don't want that shock value of, what if I go in there and I gotta wait 10 hours, or what if he say, I messed my hand up, or what if he messed me up? So it's too much for me, so I just do it myself.
My reasoning is completely different. I've tried to, I've sat in other barbers' chairs a few times, and I've come to the realization that don't nobody cut my hair better than I do.
I feel that way too.
Yeah, so it's like, I know I ain't gonna wait. I know I have no, because some people can get in your chair and fall asleep and shit.
Yes.
Nah. I can't do that if I'm sitting, because I'm thinking like, all right, he doing this, he doing that. I know exactly where they're going. I know exactly why. Right. But the problem, the bottom, you're like, why the fuck is he over there for so long? He fucking my head. Like, I know it. Like, it don't take that fucking long to taper that little part right there. Like what the fuck is wrong with him? So
what?
It's a different level of anxiety for me. I can't relax in the barber chair. I ain't never relaxed in the barber chair.
But you ever think like the person cutting your hair knows you're a barber, so they probably like, I know he feel like I'm over here too long.
Yeah, because I had that feeling when I cut barbers and stuff. When I first started out and I would cut another barb, I was like, I gotta be perfect. I gotta be quick. I don't now.
I don't think about it. I treat them just like their client. So when they be like, oh, you ain't gotta put the cape on me, I be like, look, don't take me out of
right.
Yeah, don't take me out of professional mode.
Don't take me out of that. Just sit down, shut up. Let's get this done.
Do y'all watch Snowfall?
I am not a big TV person, so it's a lot of stuff that I'm probably.
So what have you? Tell me something good that you've seen recently.
I just got into Ozark.
That's a dope show.
Like,
it's dry and dreary or weary, whatever the fuck the word is.
It's so me though. Like
me
that
too.
would be me.
Yeah.
That so would be me. Move my kids to the middle of nowhere and we could become a part of the.
You know, I've been looking at.
And
I've been looking at
that
recently.
urge to live in that lifestyle of locks. Like I know how we could. Why? I wouldn't even do that. He'd be smooth.
I said the same thing. I've been looking at tiny houses lately.
Oh
if I go on my fucking on my internet thing, it's probably opening of something about tiny houses. I was looking at tiny houses like I can buy a plot. Them shits be looking nice and cozy.
Yes. Oh
I'm
my
like I can buy a
God.
plot of land and buy
just
2 of them
live
shits and like mash them together or some
Yeah.
shit. Put a bridge between the two.
Every time you feel like expanding, just go get another one.
Yeah, go get another tiny house.
Legos.
Yeah.
Legos. Go ahead, just let me get another house.
Look, man,
Go
get your
ahead.
ass on your little house over there around the corner. Then this stupid.
That is not though.
Yeah.
Buying some land doing that.
Some of them shits only like $15,000 in 1 bedroom. You got your own kitchen. You got your own
You
toilet.
got everything
Yeah.
for $15,000.
Yeah, I can buy the shit out with them. Find me a pot of land.
That's gonna be the hard part.
Yeah, there's gonna be some
Finding
dumbass.
Yep, something
If I can
stupid.
find a family with a big enough backyard, I might pull it off. Like, look, niggas,
Exactly.
it's gonna be your address and then my address A.
All
B,
the
or whatever the
kids
shit
back
is.
there. Oh, my kids back in the backyard.
Yeah, they got
I live in
all
a big
off
house.
joints and everything. It just look cool. I'm gonna get one. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it, but I'm definitely gonna get one. Now we was having a discussion like before I press record and shit, and I brought up the George Floyd trial. You said you didn't want to watch it. Why?
Those are triggers for me, cause it's just, I guess I'm one of them people, I really look at stuff like that and really think about how serious it really can affect all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't live there, they don't know me, I don't know them, it essentially affects me. Like, I have 2 black sons, so it's like, I think about, what if I get that phone call one day, or what if, you know, it's just too much. And then, the fact that we live in 2020 and technology is the way it is, and they got that shit on video, and they still actually going through a trial, is just beyond me.
Yeah.
I watched it for
The
5
fact
minutes and I
that,
said the same thing.
we see what you did, we see the look on your face, and we actually sit up here debating on whether or not you meant it or not. Like,
That's what.
that right there is
Yeah. I probably
all
watched
the
like
money
10 minutes of it.
and it was with Trayvon Martin, like, that was the last trial I watched. After that, I was like, I can't watch this no more, this stuff like
My
that.
client was saying something earlier about how basically it was going south because the people were being too emotional, and it's like, how do you not expect somebody who actually sat and saw that not to be emotional, and then hold the emotion against them as they're not able to hold their composure and give a truthful testimony? Then it looks like, okay, you're too emotional, you ain't telling the truth.
That's the game they play.
Yeah.
It's like a mental game they play. So it's like, the first mental game is them actually going to trial, and it's on video.
Yeah,
Like, that's it.
That shit trips me
That
out.
right
I'm like,
there
what more proof do you
alone.
need?
What more proof do you need? Like, you got me on video waving a gun. The first thing they gonna say is, "Oh, she waved the gun."
You
So
going to jail.
you going to jail? It's right there. We
And it
don't
don't matter what
it
your
don't matter
intent
what I
was.
say.
Yeah.
I could say, "Oh, I just came back because he just beat me up, or he just stole this, or he just
Right.
stabbed my kid, or whatever." But just because they saw me, it's gonna be different. So.
Yeah,
So even on video,
And how do you
like
necessarily, even from video, how do you prove someone's intent? That's in their head.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I could sit here and say anything was my intention, but at the moment, it was totally something different.
Yeah, because realistically, like, I was having a conversation about, like, realistically, if you take, because everything is, of course, I don't know, centered around race for the most part. Like, just taking race out of the equation, like, in what world does a person, whether they intentionally did it or not, but they caused the death of another person, where do you go and go be unpunished? How does that go unpunished? Whether you meant to, that's why they got shit like involuntary manslaughter. Like, you didn't mean to fucking do it, but you did it.
But you still
You
won't
need
get
to be
punished.
punished.
Right.
Like,
Because you knew better.
yeah, and that shit drives me crazy how it's like, they can just kill people on tape.
Yeah.
Like, you're guilty until proven innocent, right? Okay, you guilty. You saw that man take his last breath on tape. Everybody sees this man take his last breath on tape. But how is that not guilt already?
And you were sitting there with your hands in your pocket. Last time I was told hands in your pocket, they meant chill mode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm chilling with my nigga on somebody's neck.
Well, it could be defense mode.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, not necessarily defense mode.
In
because
that stance, it definitely.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
is when you training to be an officer, your hands are never supposed to be in your pocket.
Got you. Okay,
You know,
yeah, that's
because-
chill.
right.
It looks
So
like
it's
you're having
never supposed to be,
a
'cause
calm conversation.
You look like you chilling.
Right.
So they always teach you that in any law enforcement. Never keep your
Yeah,
hands in your
he's a
pocket.
correctional officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
So for him to have his knee with his hands in his pocket is just like, oh, what's going on today? Like this is what I do every day.
Like this is some regular shit.
Yeah, this is some normal stuff. So and you're not taught to do anything like that in that training. So if we want to just talk logically and take race out of it, sitting on his neck the way he was in your stance was wrong. You know, that position was wrong. You ain't supposed to put your knee on nobody's neck. If the man saying you can't breathe or not, you just dead ass wrong. There's so many wrongs. Looking at the video, what he did, you could say, oh, suppose they are trained like that. He just was wrong. Like, it was just so
Either way,
wrong. And it's just really sad that we constantly get this thrown in our faces, trial after trial, and the same outcome. So it's like you become numb. I guess I'm kind of getting numb.
And the funny thing about it, that was one of the things that they were saying. I think I was watching MSNBC, and they were saying like the African American community is basically becoming desensitized to this shit because we basically know how the shit gonna go.
It's working.
Yeah.
Whatever you claim it is working, but it's like you try to fight it, and it's like, what can I do? And it's like, really, what the fuck can I? Like, it's a lot of things we can do, but it's far.
Not go outside. At this point, you can be in your house and it still happens. So
Shit gonna get real no matter what.
Yeah.
And one of I couldn't get into it, like, just because of that. Like, we really just. Then they try to say it was he had underlying conditions and this, that, and third. Okay, if he had other conditions, that means he could have walked down the fucking street and fucking died the way y'all trying to describe shit. Right. Like, none of those conditions would have been anywhere near as prevalent if you wasn't kneeling on his fucking neck.
On the neck or the knee on the neck, did that still make it right? If he had an underlying condition?
The fact that they really try every angle to justify the shit is disgusting.
He was even he was listening. He was not.
He looked like he was cooperating to me.
He was cooperative, and they still use excessive force. They supposed to be trained to force meets force.
If I put my knee on my son's neck, I'm sure I would have.
Oh yeah, you're going to jail. Yeah.
That is clear
I
child
how much
abuse.
if he said, my daddy love me.
Yeah.
They're like, no baby, that's not right.
And that's the fucked up part about it is like they can really just kill people, which brings me to my next topic because I saw something that was kind of heartwarming yet. I don't know. It was conflicting a little, but not to be racially, not to be racially insensitive. But I watched a video on Facebook. I think it was last night or the day before, some shit. I don't know. And there was a documentary on South Africa, like post apartheid. No, like when all that shit was going on before Nelson Mandela came out of prison.
Right.
Of course, it was like here, but worse with black people and white, racism. But now it's like shit is flipped because we are the upper echelon and the others live in squalor. They live in like it's just damn near like not even trailer parks. It's like shed parks for real. Like. And they were just saying how fucked up it is for white people over there. They can't get no jobs. They doing this, they doing that. And somewhere along the lines, I decided to smile.
Go home then.
Yeah, like somehow I decided to smile because the guy that was doing the documentary. I don't know what you call those people, the host or whatever.
Director.
Yeah, the guy that was doing the documentary was like nervous to go around with white people because they look at him as the privileged black guy, and it's like a complete role reversal.
Right.
It was very interesting.
Go home then. You don't like it over there.
I'm gonna have to see this video.
Yeah, I would hold. I
think that what they would tell us.
I'm gonna have to see it.
Yeah, it was beautiful to me a little bit. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like a nasty boy, but because in America, like, look how it's basically the thing is that basically white people have had their fucking foot on our necks from the beginning of time. In America,
True.
Every time black people make an advancement,
in the world.
they
Why
fuck
do you
it
think
up.
though?
Why? Because I mean, because we, what's the word?
We the shit.
Boom.
Really, we are.
I wasn't gonna say that verbatim, but it meant it. So there we go.
If you think about it, I had this conversation my son the other night. So I was with my mom. So I was just like, you know what?
Sorry, you probably be long as shit.
Like, remember, they came over. I said, this country was boring as fuck. Wherever the hell they came from, it was bored. No seasoned food, no parties,
Right.
no slick talk, no
women
none,
with
no
no ass.
All
Right.
they was doing was raping kids and women. That's all they was doing.
And being pedophiles.
And being pedophiles. That shit. They go on a boat, they see this country, all these colored people having parties, walking around naked like what? Gold dripping, you know, babies on the back, all that. They're like, damn, there's live over there. Like, I like that.
They
Let's bring
skin
them
all
back.
caramely.
Right.
Let's bring them back. We bring life to everything.
Yeah.
That's why, you
That
know,
is a fact.
that if it's not for our culture, in any culture, every culture, whether it's, they take something from us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get something
Key thing,
from
right?
it.
I was watching the show, right? You know what? The number one of the highest, you know, most profitable, I guess, exports or businesses in America is like the hip hop culture, which is, you know, from us. Like,
from us, for us, by us.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's, you know, the cultural appropriate, but it's like, I feel like they wouldn't be nothing without us. They'd be boring. It's just what it is. That's how when some people be like, I'm bored. I always say, don't mix boredom with peace. You know, so sometimes you gotta really think about where you at. And so I ain't gonna lie, I'm a person that just, by nature, I get bored fast. Because I be like, all right, I need to do something.
never bored.
I'm a real But I feel like, not saying that they can't, you know, the other color can't think that, but it's like when you are a person and you have insecurities to where though you feel like you need to take somebody else, make them work for you, and devalue them to make yourself feel good, you already fucked up. You weak already by that. So I just feel like it's a weak. I mean, I'm not racist by any means, but I just feel like that's just the weakness that they'll always have to live with.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, because at first, if you gotta wake up and look at your skin and say, hey, that just makes me better, you already fucked up. You just can't look at you and say, I'm good. I'm a good soul. I can wake up, be burnt them all, or be bald, or whatever, I'm still happy. So,
Right.
I don't want to be bald. I want to be head.
I mean, but look, you would live. You could. What would black men known for? Rocking them bald heads.
And hats.
Aren't
Hat collection
but
would
we
be wicked.
make everything cool. We make on bald cool.
Yeah.
We make everything cool.
Literally
And then they
everything.
take it and flip it, smack it up, flick it, rub it down,
And break the whole
and
situation
make it
because they
dry
can put
like
the
crazy.
pretty behind.
Yes.
That shit bothers
Yes.
me. Like, it's so many. It's just like it's so many. When you look at certain parts of history, and it's like the telephone, for instance, they'll say Alexander Graham Bell did it, and then they'll say about a black man created the technology behind it. Like, it's like they're thieves. They're thieves
That is a
and
fact.
scoundrels.
Yes.
It's like, no, I don't want to sound.
No.
I don't want to sound like that. But that's
Well,
kind of the
I
thing.
mean, but that's what it's based off of. I mean,
And their history tells us that it's a fact.
Yeah, they stole.
Whether they
people.
tell us our history or not, their
That's
history
right.
says it's a fact.
Yeah, and then history says they stole people, and then when they couldn't steal people no more, they got mad. Because
how you gonna get mad at me? Cause
I'm gonna let you-
you gave me the scraps and I flipped it and I made something out of it.
yeah, I
Make
saved
you
them
mad,
shits.
right?
I saved the scraps.
You mad? Like that's
Black
what you're
people are
supposed to
known for
do.
making a way out of nothing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
for thriving.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them
No matter-
survivors. I feel like we thrive at everything, and that's what they're mad about. Because
No
we're
matter
not
what
just
they-
surviving.
Yeah, no matter what they do, like they will
And that's
figure
the
out a
major
way.
threat.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm looking at the change in the tide right now. Like people like Kanye West, Jay-Z, Tyler Perry,
Billion.
I guess Oprah. But like these are the type of people that's gaining more and more power, not just on a national level, but on a global level.
Right.
So it can change the whole, I guess, trajectory of
The conversations that they have at the table.
yeah. Because you're looking at like that one of the most recent deals that Jay-Z did, puts him on a chair at Square, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is like that's got to be one of the biggest financial institutions sitting on in the world right now.
Right.
And he has a seat at the table. Like it's the realest thing you can say, like that shit that they said, like you can't beat them, join 'em. It's kind of a real thing.
Yep.
You can't change no system until you infiltrate that motherfucker. Once you get your foot in the door, then you start making those changes.
Take your own chair and pull up to the table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if I'm all the way in the back and I got a buzz up, hey, I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Yeah. Then you do that like bring a table to the table.
I just want to say hi. That's all.
Yeah. Bring a table to the table. We want to extend this motherfucker now. It's different.
You know how growing up, they had the, at the holiday parties, you got the adult table and you got the little kids table. I used to always want to sit at the adult table. And my mother was like, yeah, you can sit with us, you can sit with us. And right when then it started, oh, you gotta go sit over there. That's alright. I'm gonna earn my seat. When I get my seat, I'm gonna make sure I bring, they go, oh, that Quan, sit over here. That's always been me, just from that to now. And I feel like everybody should always think that way. Like, always want to create, not just somebody give you a seat, but when you get your seat, they can't take it away.
It's uncomfortable when you transition him, but it's so beautiful when you get rich in this. When you start killing shit, and they all witnessing. Sorry, that's just one of my favorite Nipsey lines. Because that's one of those things, like, you learn some shit, and then you get great at it, and then now you can throw it in their face, like, you thought I couldn't do it, didn't you?
You don't want to.
I thrive off of shit like that.
Yeah. I feel like you wouldn't be human if you just didn't say, I did that shit right.
Uh-huh.
You ain't gotta tell me, I already know.
Yeah, I get into a mode, even like with my clients, where they're like, you know I'm good at this shit, right? You know I'm good at this shit, right? Like, I am good at this shit. And like, it makes me feel good. Like, I thoroughly love that shit so much. I like it. You ever just amaze yourself at your work? Like, when you're working, like, damn, I'm the shit.
When you think you about to mess something up, you're like, oh, I did. Man, because I wasn't looking good.
And that be
turned out better than what I thought.
They be the fun ones too, like when you thought it wasn't going to turn out a certain way, and like, oh shit, it turned out better than I thought.
Right. What I get myself into? She did not say she had this kind of hair.
See, and that's the thing that scares me sometimes. With that makes me glad I chose barbering instead of cosmetology. Because I got to do a lot of different textures.
I feel the same way when I do fades and certain hair textures, or people have certain dents in their heads, and you just like, I cannot knock this line out. You like, oh, that's them.
Yeah. When they be having like discoloration.
Oh, that's them. All right, I gotta raise that fade up high on the other side.
My father was like that. He had some discoloration in the back. I'm like, how the fuck can I get this line out? I'm looking like, that's just a dark patch in this nigga head. Like, oh
that's
shit.
All him.
They're like, look, I just learned that a certain haircut can fuck up braids. So I didn't know. Remember that thing I told you about? Like, somebody was complaining about like trims or some shit before they get their hair braided.
Oh,
some shit like that.
Blunt cut.
Well, before you get your hair braided.
I just found out that was a bad idea. I didn't know. Like, that would stress me out. Like, let me just cut this shit off.
So it's that blunt cut. So I feel like, okay,
I think it was a blunt cut, yeah.
I can see where the weight and the heaviness of the hair, it'll poke through.
And if you're not using enough product, it's not gonna seal the braid inside.
So I get that.
Or depending on the density of the person's hair, the hair is just not gonna go all the way inside.
Right. So
I
had to think about it, and I was like,
oh, you talking about that post?
Yeah, but like shit like that type of shit would stress me out. Me personally, like if somebody's like, I'm comfortable with cutting off any texture. But I couldn't imagine having to deal with some of the shit y'all would have to deal with. Like, you gotta, I don't know, use some different fucking hot product or some shit. I don't know.
My got so much stuff. That would be do smaller braids. Because it's less hair, so you would do smaller sections and add more hair.
See, my fingers don't even work.
But that's back then when I braided. I don't braid anymore. So.
Yeah, they teach you.
Why don't you braid hair anymore?
Because it's nothing really that I can't do. Because I'm dual licensed and I do everything, and I feel like I want to do more stuff. And I feel like braiding is very long, it's time consuming. And when I was in that area of my craft, like, oh, I just wanted to braid. But now, I might want to slap a wig on. Right. I might want to do some locks, and then they get designs on the other side. So, and I be like to time myself. It's like a little competition I have with myself to see how fast I can do things. And braids ain't it.
I quit.
Nope. And I'm a copper tunnel.
Right.
Right.
They already be throwing up
Yeah.
gas signs and stuff.
When you driving in the car, your thumb just. You like, why is my thumb moving?
My hand locked up the other day.
Why is you doing that? I'm not 40. Stop it.
Right.
Don't even do that.
I might have been dreaming though.
No, it
I swear
did.
my finger locked up. the
No,
other day.
it did.
My hands
Okay.
all the
It
time.
did it. My
Maybe,
hands do
yeah.
that at night, and then I be sitting there, and my thumb just goes.
Or you ever be asleep and you wake up and they like this?
Yup. When you find yourself
Yeah.
sleeping,
Yeah,
with your
with your
fist
feet,
balled
yup.
up, I be like telling myself, relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, so I purposely
Yeah.
do that shit because like I try to keep my hands out as much as possible because
Yeah.
I know like I know my shit will lock up at some point. Like I cracked my knuckles at the drop of it. It's nothing
And
for
I
me to
try
crack
not
my
to do
knuckles.
that. I try not to do that. Yeah.
And because I know these shits is tight, and like if I bend them or do something
You should
crazy
just
with them,
massage instead of cracking your knuckles. I
They
feel like
need just
I feel like
regular
they
ass
get
people that
sore.
massage.
I do this a lot.
Like I try to like
Yeah.
move my thumbs or
Maybe I should move my thumb more.
like if you like
Yeah, I do that shit all
because
day.
to me that's the part that hurt the
Yeah.
most. Like up in there and then you start
from
to feel
holding
it
stuff, yeah.
down in your elbow and you go like this, my hand just all give up. So,
That should be
and
the
then
that should be
like,
the
oh,
wildest
I couldn't
thing.
do that. So,
I have to change the way I hold the clippers. Like, the only problem is the fact that some clippers are bigger than others.
right.
So it's like,
and they rounder.
yeah, so it's like I gotta adjust my grip on them shits. But because I noticed my hands locking up a few years ago, and now it's like when I get a massage, it's like, what area should we focus on? My fucking shoulders and my hands.
Yeah.
Everything else, like,
Shoulders, hands, feet.
Yeah.
Shoulders, hands.
yeah, everything else
Like,
works itself out.
oh,
But I
man,
keep
she
my
got
hands-
my hands the other day.
It did
That
what?
felt, she rubbed my hands the other day. It felt so amazing.
It's crazy how that part be the best part
Yes.
sometimes.
That is love. A hand rub. Nobody thinks that, but using your hands all day and somebody just going in, just pull your
Yes.
fingers. That is nice. That is.
Yeah, man, because we're not sitting there typing at a keyboard or something at a jackhammer, so people think that
My
our
back
hands
tight right
don't,
now.
you know, do that crazy shit. And I can imagine, like, if y'all, I can imagine.
People
breathing.
don't think we do much of anything because they too busy focused on how we look.
Right.
If anything, when you see a barber or a hairstylist, first thing you think is money. That's the first thing they want to think.
And that's
They never
not
think
true,
that-
because I know
Like,
plenty
bro.
of broke
I know
stuff.
plenty of broke bums.
Struggling artists.
Right?
Struggling
I'm sorry,
artists.
okay.
I can't even consider it art.
It's
So,
definitely levels to this shit. And I
Yeah,
can,
it is. You know what? Look, you're right.
it's not. Yeah,
Some of it don't. It
it's
don't.
abstract.
You know what?
no.
That's right.
It's abstract. It ain't
You got,
supposed
look,
to
you
make
gotta get one
sense.
of these.
Yep.
Go in the
It's
corner.
supposed to make
When you
sense
squint
to
your
them.
eyes, you can see. All right, I see what you was trying to do. But
Abstract.
yeah, it's abstract. But
I need some.
nobody thinks that we stand on our feet all day.
It's mentally,
Yeah.
physically, spiritually, and sometimes
Yeah.
emotionally draining.
Yep. And then you got the rest of your life.
We
Like,
got,
this is
then
just
you gotta
work.
go home.
Then you got the rest of your
Yeah.
life that's
Yeah.
physically,
Like,
spiritually,
you know, I still
emotionally
got
draining.
doctors' appointments,
Yeah.
insurance cards, like bills, kids, all this stuff to
After
worry
you
about.
just
Right?
said-
After I get over.
5 to 10 people dump their horror stories on you all
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I wish I could do because, well, you're a stylist. Like, you don't have to see as many people a day to make it a good day. And a lot of times, and I don't know how many. On average, how many people do you see a day?
5.
See, that is crazy. I see 10 to 15, and if I'm showing off, I might see 20
I don't
a
think.
day. That's so much different energy.
Yeah. That is a
It is
lot.
insane. It's so many.
That is a lot of people.
Roller coaster
a lot of
all day, every
personalities.
day.
Yeah, so that's overwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my average.
But
is
imagine
between
sitting
10.
with one person for 8 hours.
That's why I don't
And
want
they
you.
might have 3 personalities.
Or 10.
Yeah.
See, then I take my
Now,
10
then,
people.
yeah, then it, yeah.
Because at least they
It was up.
consistent. Like I'm,
I ain't gonna lie, they do though. It's like the next time you be like, girl, what happened with that?
Right. But you know what I realized? How our memories are kind of impeccable.
Yeah.
How I
yes.
can just
Yeah.
pick back up, like, so how is such and such? Is such and such okay?
Mhm.
Or how did that go? Like, damn, I ain't seen you in 2 months, but I remembered.
When?
I
Yep.
had a client today. I ain't seen him in about. I think he said the last time he got a cut from me was probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
Damn, for real?
And he sat in the chair. All I asked him was, "You trimming the top down this time?" He said, "Yeah." And I just started cutting. He was like, "You know, Burst Fit?" "Yeah, nigga, I know. I just started cutting out of the blue. Like, I just started cutting. Like, I wouldn't have started cutting if you didn't know." And it's crazy because people do that. Like, our memories are programmed to people, kind of sort of. Like, I know if I ain't cut a certain person in a year, I'll say shit like, "The usual."
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then, you remember? Yeah, nigga. Like,
But then
I
you
don't know
have them
why.
other moments where it's like, yeah, I just saw you last week, and they're like, I wonder how you did it the last time.
You be like,
what I do the last time?
I'm like that with designs.
child, and I be like, you know how many people I see?
Right.
Don't do that to me.
I'm like that with designs. Like, cause people say that, like, I don't take pictures or videos of every design I do.
Me either.
And a lot of times I don't do it on purpose because I don't want to remember it. I want it to be a one of one. Just you liked it.
Right.
This is great. This is for you. And guess what? You ain't never gonna see it again because I ain't never gonna remember the shit.
Unless you take pictures.
Yeah, unless you
Right.
take pictures. So, and I like that. Like you said, we are artists.
Mm-hmm.
Everything can't have copies.
Right. Can't replicate.
Yeah, something got to be a one of one. Every now and again, you gotta give
Your
them
part
some
might be a
exclusive
little
shit.
off.
Yeah.
Last time. But we make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love the transformation.
So I had a client today, and I did not know who she was, but she know me. So I was that was an interest. I was like, I don't know this lady. She said, yeah, because I saw the other client, and I called her, and you remember I came down to you when you was on Howard Street. I'm saying like, no, it was just not coming to me. So I tried to talk. I asked her about her family, asked where she lived, asked where she worked. Nothing clicked. Nothing. Not even the mutual client. And so today is I gave up, and I'm like, I don't know her until today. Like, all that stuff. She sent me all these long messages. Yeah, girl, because we talked about it. And I'm thinking, like, I don't remember nothing you said. She said, because I did what you told me to do the last time. I'm thinking, like, I don't even know what I told this lady to do. But I'm going to play it real good and be like, girl, keep it up, because it's doing good.
Oh, shit.
Do you like it? Yeah, I love it, girl. Keep it up. So, there's little ways you figure it out.
Especially, it's easy to do with that shit now with that we wearing masks.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at lying. I just be like, girl, I don't know.
So I feel like it's not lying.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm a good storyteller. So, and it's just, I listen to them. So I ask, it's just certain questions you ask.
Right.
Is it working? You like it? You sure? How long you been doing it? Oh,
Bring
girl,
it
keep
from
it up.
the
Keep it up.
yeah.
Yes, it's working. You know, anything after 60
See, I
days,
can't
it's
even
working.
do that. I be like, I don't remember.
So it's like, I just be like, because I be looking and it's not coming back to me. Or the lady who left me this beautiful voicemail Sunday, and she knows me and my sisters, and I don't know who she is. She said my name.
I wouldn't even answer.
She said something about church. I ain't been church in I don't know how long.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, I don't know if she's talking about the right calling. I don't think she's talking about me, but I'm
She is a room.
And I'll re-text them and ask them who that lady was. But she was so nice. That was a beautiful message. I'm gonna call her just as hard.
Strangers be nice as shit, don't they? Like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, lady, but whatever. I had a
I
client.
appreciate you.
I had a client a couple months, like probably like a month or two ago. I ain't know who the fuck she was till halfway through the haircut, and cause she said something like, "It's been like 3 years since you got it." I'm like, 3 years? Like, you know,
So she came to the old shop.
yeah, I'm like, damn, like you was at the old shop, like 3 years. Like in 3 years, I probably done did like 9,000 haircuts. Like I don't remember this lady. Yeah, when I look at the 3 years, a whole shitload of changes. But like it tripped me out, and like I had no idea who she, because I was looking at her name. You know how you check the schedule, and like, oh, who's that? I checked the shit, and I'm like, all right. It don't say this is lady first time here, but who the fuck this is? All day, she was the last person on my schedule. All day, I'm like, who the fuck is this? I go, fuck it, I'll see when she come in. When she came in, I still ain't know who the fuck she was. And then when she said it's been like 3 years, I'm like, oh, that's why. Like I was at the old barber shop. I mean, I was doing okay then. I had a lot. I probably got less clients now. Now that I think about it, but because I was charging less. I was charging less back then. Hell no, it's canceled. I was charging less. I was charging less, and so I had to see more people for my days to make sense.
Do you find that you charge more? You feel you are more financially, stable to a certain
By
extent?
charging more? Yes, absolutely.
But no, that's. I mean, of course, that's the obvious. But as far as like your clientele, like, do you feel like, dang, I really lost a lot of people, or?
I don't look at it as a loss no more. The first time I raised my prices, like I went from $20 to $25, and I lost clients.
Right.
So, but I gained clients that was okay with paying my that price, and I didn't really lose nothing. So when I went up again, it was the same thing. So now, like, if I want to change our prices, I'm gonna change our prices. Somebody is gonna book me.
Right.
Somebody's gonna think I'm worth this price and not complain about it. And for those that complain, it's another barber down the street that's probably in your price range.
Yep.
I'm at a point now where I want a lot of money now. Okay, like I just want money coming in from every direction, like 24/7.
I feel like that. I want to go to sleep and my money just go ping.
Yeah, I want the proper money too. Like I don't want just the bullshit. No, I want every fucking penny I deserve.
I'm gonna be that lady at the bank. You know, it's the penny that came off.
Like,
I need to know where they went.
So I want the fuck I earned.
Yeah.
All the way around, and I don't care where it comes from. If it comes from you, if it comes from her, I want the regular fucking price that I charge.
That's right.
Which means I gotta stop being nice to some people.
It's hard. You get those emotional prices.
Yeah.
She's just
the little old lady,
like,
she on a fixed income.
You're like, don't tell nobody.
Right.
This is your price.
Right. This is your price.
Listen, if you late next time, I'm charging you.
Yeah.
Don't be late.
I be like that with like smaller kids. Like, so honestly, somebody might listen to this and be like, "This line son of a bitch." Because like on my service list it says 5 years and up. Every now and then I'll cut it to a 3-year-old, and then I'll be like, "Don't tell nobody." Like, don't tell nobody who your barber is and shit. Like,
I heard you on your podcast. Yeah. So is it every now and again?
Watch, this will fuck around be the one episode all of my followers. Fuck Easter. I hate Easter.
Easter don't really affect me anymore because I don't do kids no more.
I feel like I feel like more adults are prepared for Easter than the kids.
My phone is running a lot less. Well, I'm gonna do not disturb, so I'm always on.
Oh.
I'm not going there.
It's hard. I just
Is Easter a busy week for you?
It used to be. Now I feel like it's normal.
Yeah.
Like it's just a normal week. I can see it where people do a lot of the lore. So when I book my apps, of course everything's based off time, but I see people try to book something and then book something later. So it'd be like 2 bookings because they just trying to squeeze in anything.
That's why I took kids shape ups off my list. I don't want to shape up kids because their parents try to finesse the situation. Man, I'm gonna get on that schedule. You know, the kids shape up is shorter time.
Right.
So like, I would put like it would be like 15, 20 minutes real quick.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he was hoping.
Like,
that's 15 minutes fucking up
it
my
wouldn't
schedule.
it wouldn't let me book for that because it's not available. That's right. Why. So.
Shit, I lost my train of thought. I wanted to say something about that, but I had to do that. Like, I don't like kids. No.
You like kids.
I'm not gonna say I don't like kids, but it's just not my favorite thing to do. So like Easter week.
Mine neither. I agree.
I tell people. I used to tell people like, well, no, I posted every now and then when like major holidays or like major like let's say Easter, back to school, shit like that. Like these times of year, like it's for rookie bubbles. Like they'll all styles like because that's for people that's still trying to. That's not for established people.
You're right. Yeah.
Me,
I
it's
feel
just
that same way.
Yeah, it just brings an extra nuisance to my life. Like I already got 1 million clients. I already got to figure out how to get them in on a regular basis.
Right.
Now that there's Easter week or back to school week, now I got to figure out how to either do more or ignore the fuck out of people because they're gonna call, they're gonna DM, they're gonna send text messages, they're gonna be trying to get in your shit.
And you said, don't contact me.
Yeah.
No DMs, no text messages, no Snapchats, Facebooks, nothing. And here you go, ping. Hey, I was wondering if I could get in tomorrow.
Or that sorry to bother you, but like you need.
So what should I book? What I book? You got a big old book right on your info. You just like I wish I could see my face sometimes when I look at my messages. Like,
I think a lot of them already know what my face is saying. Cause I got a bad habit of saying stuff to myself when I get those dumb messages, and they hear me say something.
I be wondering certain things, like, I don't know about y'all, but I get like a lot of DMs or text messages
I mean, I reply though.
after like 11 o'clock. After like in my brain,
1 o'clock in the morning.
my business hours are between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. So anything after 9
I ain't replying
p.m.
no after 7.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit more lenient.
But
It depends on who it is though.
If it's a work day, my business days are Wednesday through Sunday. So if it's a work day, you definitely not getting a response because I'm working. And when I get off work, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And then if you didn't call me on Monday or Tuesday when I'm off, then I mean, I try my best to get back to people, but like people who cancel at 1 o'clock in the morning instead of going on the app and canceling themselves. I don't.
This is a common thing.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm a busy stylist. Yeah, I'm something like a big deal.
Yeah.
And,
Hold up, with my camera. There's big deals around this bitch.
I'm tired. Sorry, I didn't see that. You know.
Hey man, I wish I could just play all the music I want.
And I try to reply. I try not to reply back before 10. Because you're not gonna make me
Before what? 10
before
a.m. or
10
p.m.?
Yeah, 10 a.m. Because you're not gonna make me go outside of my hours.
That's right.
So it's like, but I hate icons on my phone. So if I see a text message, I'll be like,
Alright, I'm
I
gonna leave
want
it
to
right
reply,
there.
but I'm not going to.
Them shits be like double dutch. You know how like you inside waiting to jump over? I'll be looking at them little symbols. I'm like, fuck it, go ahead and look.
Right.
Sing, likes. Alright, I acknowledge the shit now.
You know, we the same ones though that be complaining about, dang, my phone dries on. Like, I don't really want to talk to them. Like, I be wondering how people have 245.
How?
Certain stuff.
I hate icons.
I don't like them
I don't
shits
like
either.
them.
I've been trying to get rid of
I
them.
just got used to my email being over 200. Now it's, I know. I got like 2,600 emails.
Try
I
5,000.
don't even want to show you.
Like it jumped.
Try 41.
Like over 5,000.
I used to keep my emails at 200.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
I got 41,000 unread emails.
Just don't click everything and delete all that shit. But then I have like 5 email accounts too, so.
Well, 5 of them.
It's hard.
Yeah, I ain't that important.
I mean, because when you start out, you start out with your little Gmail.
Yeah, I got college email.
Right.
Then the
You're
Gmail.
like, all right, I'm gonna keep that one.
Yeah.
Then you
Well,
get
shit,
your
if I count
professional.
the college ones, then I got more than 5, but I don't use them.
I don't remember my college.
I had Hotmail.
Damn.
I mean, I don't got no more.
I had
but
AOL.
I
I still
had
have
Hotmail.
AOL.
I couldn't tell you my AOL
I couldn't tell you what that
email
Hotmail
address.
was.
I'm so used to Google.
Well, all mine are pretty the same.
Yeah,
It's just at AOL or gmail.com.
I wish I would have did that because I probably would have remembered the passwords.
Passwords I don't remember. They did it automatically in the phone or somewhere on my notepad.
I need to do that because I don't even do that.
And
I
half of them probably wrong,
change
so.
it. I'm going to change this because I forgot.
I've been having this issue lately where I can't remember none of my PIN numbers for my card. Like when you go to like the bank machine.
Unfortunately,
What is happening with my brain?
I don't even go to the bank machine because when the pandemic hit and everybody was getting unemployment, man, those Bank of America lines were like, I used to go to Giants on Lock Raven and be like, why is everybody on every time I see a line, I just assume everybody getting something for free. What they giving out? Free what? I want some. And it never dawned on me. People was getting that money out of the bank. So I'm like, I ain't going to the bank machine. I'm just go ahead and do that, on the phone. So I just try to avoid stuff like that. I don't like to wait. I don't like to stand in line, look crazy.
I just want to be able to go to the bank freely.
I just want to go in there and just be putting money
I don't
in
like
it.
getting
I
out
like
the car.
Yeah, I just want
Yes,
to
the drive-through. I like this.
But I just can't remember none of my damn PIN numbers.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what's
can't
going on with my brain.
I don't really forget too much about my money or access to it.
I mean, I know it's two things.
I know it's that.
Yeah. I know
I
it's
don't-
two things, but the fact that I've been getting it wrong lately, I must be tired or something.
Yeah, let me say that's you tired. Because I ain't going to forget that.
Yeah, you extremely
and,
tired.
And that's like, I think I forget my kid's birthday before I forget that. Like,
That
maybe.
is definitely more likely. That is definitely
No,
more
I done
likely.
did it like
Like,
3 times in the past 2 weeks.
I might forget like my card number.
I don't know.
But I'm not forgetting the pin.
So I remember one of my credit card numbers by heart.
I purposely did not memorize any of them.
I purposely
and that's
did.
the one I use.
I don't want to. I'm one of those people that I feel like I just gotta always know certain things. Like, because if I don't have my bank card on me at the time and I want to buy some shit,
I'm gonna tell the person. I don't really like that too.
But look, here go my number. Boom.
Like getting pulled over and I don't have my license.
I
know my number.
I
know my number.
Listen, I got an expired one. You check that one.
Girl, everybody's been expired since last year.
Well, no, I got a new one, but I still
But
I keep the expired one in my car.
Because I'm just getting an appointment with the NBA April 30th. So if anybody's listening, like, oh, she's walking around with an expired license, I have an appointment now.
Yeah,
oh,
appointment's hard to get.
That means I need to check my license. I don't know what the fuck.
Did you do that last year?
Huh?
I thought you did that last year.
Oh.
Did you get the letter in the mail? With the email
last year.
DLLR saying they're like extending your license and it wouldn't expire
I
for
did
like
mine
a
in
month
19.
after?
Are we talking about driver's license
Yeah.
still?
I mean, driver's license and
I don't remember, honestly. I don't know.
I think you did that last year. Don't ask me why I know.
But I mean, I
I'm
got
not,
my
'cause I don't
appointment
even
April
know.
30th.
I have no idea.
I did mine in 19.
What age is that? Like, 'cause I know they do it by, it's like almost like by
Every
age,
5
it's like
years,
every
right?
5 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Well,
still
the new ones are different.
Oh yeah, they are different. So this would be my first, what they call it, the real
Yeah, the tracker.
Yeah.
I
Our
did
tracking
that last.
devices.
No, last time I did that,
that's what it is.
it wasn't last year.
Cause where did I go?
That real shit. I went up to that. I did do that.
In
I went
Tulsa.
up there though, but it wasn't last year.
Right.
I think I was still 2-legged and shit, so it had to be longer than that. Probably.
I mean, you would get an email.
Yeah.
They definitely email you. Now I don't remember giving them my email, but they emailed me.
That's just weird.
I don't remember giving them no emails.
The state be sending hella correspondence. I'm like,
I mean,
what the fuck? How y'all know me this way?
Them IDs and
I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't remember giving them that information though.
I gotta take my I want to take my master's exam now.
And you are.
I keep
Me
saying
too.
I want to take it.
And you should.
I keep on saying that I need to schedule it. I said I had to. I
You
was gonna
do?
schedule it this month. Yeah.
So I tried. I sent them the information, but I ain't gonna lie. Calling that place, that new place, at PSI is, yes, it's a little. You might want to take 3 hours out your day if you ain't got nothing to do.
The process is just so.
3 hours out of my day to call
because you're gonna be on hold for a long time.
to schedule my test.
Yeah, to talk to somebody and schedule.
See, that's gonna make me not
Now
want to take it.
this was discouraged
I
me
had
the
that kind
first
of
time because
time.
I felt like I could just go online and they say, take your master, and I'm like, okay, I can just put all of this stuff in, and boom, they gonna give me a test date, and it was like, no call. I was on hold for 48 minutes.
Damn.
The girl
So you
finally
went on a
picked
state
up.
website first?
No, I went on
Or you went
PSI
PSI?
website.
Okay. And that's what I did. So
And they were like, oh, we can't find you in the system. So I'm like, all right, well, I know I'm up to date. I know I'm legit. So I
Yeah.
called, and I was on hold for 48 minutes. And then the girl answered, and she barely spoke English. So that was another trigger.
That's it.
So because I was,
Triggers.
they don't really listen.
That's probably gonna be the name of this episode.
Triggers.
Yeah.
So and then she was like, oh, you gotta email me your information.
Yeah, you gotta send them all this stuff.
All this proof. Basically, the
Because it
application that they
switched
say
the
you
year
gotta
that
email them.
What year did did it switch the year I got my regular? And I think it switched the year I got my regular license. So I was
What
good when I
switched?
did my senior license. They switched companies.
Oh,
No, it switched when I got my senior.
They switched back in
Who was-
2015 because
It was
Prometric, and they went to
Yeah, I
PSI.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is the PS5 since 2015, May 1st, I think 2015.
Somebody sending me money. Cool. CutByKB.com
Yeah.
made a motherfucking sale.
Hey.
Where my fucking buttons
Woo, woo,
at?
woo, woo.
No, wrong button.
Cha-ching.
Just fucking clap. Just clap.
I-
CutByKB.com bringing in some money.
All
Now,
right.
now make it bring in some more.
Make it rain.
Yeah, please.
Make it rain.
I guess it's time to say go to CutByKB.com. Make a contribution. Buy yourself a hat. I got some shit up. Could always be worse
Greatly
at.
appreciate
And I got some ideas that I'm pondering on. So I might have some new shit soon. I haven't narrowed it down.
New stuff is always nice.
Yeah, you know, you gotta bring new products to the world, you know. Master P said, you know, if you wanna get rich, you can get you some product. Yeah, that nigga on everything now. He selling chicken grease too, some shit like that. Like, I don't know. I know you got.
I don't know what I want to sell next.
Chips, beverages, fucking oodles and noodles and hot sauce and shit. Like he's selling every motherfucking thing. Yeah.
You got that new living breakfast thing?
What? Give me a bag of chips, nigga.
So, like, give me the one with Master P on the front.
Right. Wait a minute, they got one with little baby on the front, and they everything: salt, vinegar, barbecue.
I just seen that. I forgot.
For
Is
real?
that
I was like,
that's through
that probably tastes wicked.
That's through Rap Snacks, right?
Yeah.
Master P
I'm
on
trying
the
them.
company.
They probably
Just
taste
giving everybody
wicked.
all
I
this
don't
money.
want none of those.
High blood pressure. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't even try to eat chips no more.
No, me either.
I like chips every now and again when I just need something.
I don't know. Like,
I haven't had anything
I like
really.
cakes. Like, I like tasty cakes and
I'm
shit.
not
like,
a cake kind of girl.
Yeah, I like tasty
I ain't gonna lie,
cakes.
I
and
love
shit.
birthday cake. I love it.
I don't be liking too much icing.
I don't like too much ice, but I like when it's good. Like those. I have a cake lady, and she make pretty cakes, and they taste good.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty and they taste good.
Yeah, because most pretty cakes be nasty.
They do because it's fondant and it
Yeah,
dyes.
I don't know what she do, but they be good. So
Because that stuff just don't taste
she just put love into the cake, and I like those cakes.
I love cakes.
good.
Love cakes. Be
That just
dope.
sounds
Well,
so
people that just
different.
put love.
It definitely does.
People put love into their
Love
food.
cakes.
You know, that it just tastes good.
People that put love into anything they
Oh,
do
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
always
Gotta put a
prosper.
little sprinkle, a little
Absolutely.
dash, a little pour.
Yeah, because
That's a little me on that.
and that's why I be talking shit to my clients. Like I be talking shit to them like, yo, you know, you really love what you do. Like not everybody has that. You know how many
Right.
people out here that's just cutting head just to get y'all niggas money. I mean, I do want y'all money, but I actually enjoy the process of
Yep.
transforming
That's
you
it.
from ugly man to, you know,
Ugly
snack.
man.
there you go.
Snack, you a whole snack.
I didn't even know
nigga.
how to
Snack
come up with the
shit.
second part. I didn't even know what to say.
I tell my clients all the time, like, oh, you a snack now? I
I say shit like, boy, if you don't get something nice, something wrong with you. This ain't the haircut, cuz.
My client that come with his wife when I cut him. He
Did
get
she
up out that
direct you with his
chair.
haircut?
No, she don't.
Those-
She sit in the car.
You ever get it either?
Oh
That
my
trips me
gosh,
out.
when I worked in a corporate barber shop all the time, they'll come over to the chair with them. Okay, so can you do the front like this, and then you do that, and I just be looking at him like, how you want your hair cut? Like you want me to do what she said, or you want me? Can I do what I did? Like you want me to make you look good? Like I'm gonna make you have all the girls. Forget her.
You know what's funny though? Like, for a long time, right, I would sit there and think like, oh, grab his nuts, cuz. Like, get your hair cut how the fuck you want it, cuz. And then, when my homeboy came, and he was like, yo, my wife was like, can you not take it up this high on the side? Don't keep the fade a little bit lower. And I thought about it, I'm like, because you know, when you really know somebody personally and you know how they are, and when that nigga came in there and said that shit, I'm like,
Oh, changed.
yeah, I'm like, yo, this is like grown. I had a moment like this is some grown up shit. Like,
She the real deal, huh?
yeah,
She
like
the one.
this some grown up shit. Like, you really telling me to cut your hair how your wife said? What the fuck? You're like, you ain't never came in here and said that shit before. And it tripped me out. And then I realized like that's the extent, you know, some people are willing to go through for somebody else. Like, he don't give a fuck. He gets hair like once a month, maybe once every other month.
That's
So it's
probably
like-
why she had so much say so. She's like, look, if I gotta walk around and see
Right.
that for 2 months, you getting cut the way I want you.
Yeah, cause I cut a son every 2 weeks like clockwork. But he was like, man, fuck, I don't care. I'm gonna wear a hat anyway. But when he came in and said that shit, I thought about like, cause I'm looking at a lot of things differently in life, and I'm like. Like, and then of course meme world and shit, like with social media, you get to seeing shit and reading shit like that shit makes sense. Like, I'm just like, yo, when your wife wants you to do some shit, like, you don't feel like hearing her fucking mouth. I mean, you don't feel like going through the hassle or maybe not getting no ass, and then you don't want to even go through the hassle of being tempted to even think about doing something outside of that. It's all stress. So just give her what the fuck she wants.
Maybe that's why I'm not married. 'Cause I feel like I'm just not gonna do certain stuff. Like I just feel like get your hair cut the way you want to. I like intimacy just as much as the guy, so I'm not going to say you ain't getting nothing because you ain't do that. I'm still give you some of that.
But no, that's just a thought that I had.
So, like, I can
never
not
know.
talk to you, you know.
You never know. Some women be like, don't even
But
tell
I know
him. But they be
women
like,
like that,
if he don't
though.
come in, they probably sitting there thinking that shit
you
all
strong,
day.
'cause
I mean, I will be like, you need a haircut.
Yeah, like, go get your haircut.
You look crazy.
You want together? You know, and I can cut hair, so I mean, I'm the barber, so like, why you not having a haircut? It's supposed to be
I
bent
don't
up.
want to really cut people I know.
So, you know.
I be on some shit like, cause like, here's the thing, right? From a man's perspective of dealing with women, it's like, then they feel I'm supposed to cut their whole fucking family here.
Oh,
like,
no,
get the fuck out of my
absolutely
face.
not.
I don't even like you that much.
Gotcha.
When you want me, when I
Yeah,
go,
so
my daughter's father and his sisters, and they always ask me, "Oh, Quan, how do you get your hair so blonde like that?" I'm like, girl, just, you know, I be sometimes the nice person in me, because I'm just genuinely a nice person.
You want to
I'll be like, girl, so
whole
this is what you do,
recipe.
right? You do this, you do that, do that. Then I'll be like, something that click, like, girl, tell them to book an appointment. And they never do. Or they'll keep, oh, I was trying to come today, but, you know.
they be the ones that be trying to bypass your
Yeah.
whole structure.
And
Like,
or
that
don't
shit
want
get on
to
my
pay.
nerves.
Oh, you gonna really
They definitely
charge me?
don't want to pay.
Then it's always okay, sis. I ain't been since 2 years ago. Remember you told me that I was that bitch last week, but I'm sis now. Okay, no, $100,
That should be-
sweetie. It's
that
$100. It's $100.
That should
You
be
see that
funny.
sort of
'cause
Right.
Like,
See?
and bring your own colors.
It's
I
probably
provide everything, y'all. I provide everything.
see, for a woman like it's probably easier, but for a man, you know, we weak and shit. Like if it's somebody you dealing with, they be like, yeah, I do that thing for you if you get them. Oh shit!
No.
You little time nigga pull up, like so your cousin pull up around.
That's
tell
like
him-
somebody telling me, oh, I want to see you with some hair. No. I put no fucking hair on.
I don't really like hair, so
It's hot.
It is. I be wanting hair sometimes, like especially I had a lot. I show y'all a picture when I had a lot of hair, but now I don't see me going back to it. So,
I don't think I could go through the growth process.
right.
It's
ugly
the
stage.
process.
It's the ugly stage you go through.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could probably
I
do
go through
like
it
just a
quite often.
section.
like with locks. Like I ain't gonna lie, I want some locks down to my ankles. And I want to be blonde. And I know that is
That's
not
not a
scientifically possible. Like, it's just not.
I'll tell you that.
Exactly. You
God
all
damn,
know
that's
what
a lot of
blonde
bleach.
locks look like when they
Yeah.
ate up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're that long. I know it's not possible. So I get little faux locks every now and again. You know, I do it. That's my way of, having them. However, I don't want to go through that ugly stage where your locks is like, they like baby bangs. So it's just, they like for literally an inch. Look like little vowels. Just, I don't like that. I don't want that.
Did not put a wig on.
Right. When I'm going to
The
crack
high
a wig.
wig. You're right.
You know what I've noticed about myself? I'm perfectly fine with the ugly stage. I do that shit like every month.
I think
anyway.
everybody has their own version of the ugly stage.
Yeah, because
You
Yeah.
just don't care.
if I take my hat off, it's pretty bad.
And we might be like,
Before I got here, I just like
No,
kind
I'm
of like
telling you
cleaned.
need a haircut.
Yeah, I just cleaned up my neck real quick just because like
Oh,
this
okay.
shit was wicked.
you had the taco meat going on.
That shit drives me crazy. So I cleaned that shit up. I put a little line on my mustache real quick
Oh,
because
okay.
you know it's gonna be on camera and shit. Like,
So
but
you want
realistically,
that person to zoom in? Like,
yeah, somebody gonna zoom. Like, I'm gonna come close
wow.
with it. Like, I be feeling okay with it. Like I be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm at the take me as I am portion of my life. Like I remember the days where I cut my hair on Tuesdays and Fridays. Every day, like every week. It was every 3 days or whatever the cycle was. It was a haircut on Friday, it was a shape up on Tuesday. Now it's like if I cut my hair on the first, you'll be lucky if I do it again by the next first. I don't know, because like, I don't be
I
feeling
feel
like
the
it.
same way. Like I know it's been a month since I did my hair. I guess I go in.
No.
And I'm not
I
going
want a
nowhere.
haircut every 10 to 15 days.
So
I'm gonna be right here in front of the same fucking people. I went through my schedule one day and written for like 3 weeks straight. I realized I cut the same fucking people over and over and over and over.
absolutely.
It's like every now and again, every now and
I
again.
like
so
it.
I love it.
I
I
like
do
it.
too.
I really
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I like the
Yeah,
regularity.
yeah.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
you get to know people and you know more about people.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like those are the people that kind of, kind of guide you in your career because it's like you just open new doors of opportunity, just networking and just meeting people. And then
It's
they,
the relationship
they put,
that you build with them.
And they put you on and they put somebody else on and you grow that way.
Yeah.
So it's like you never feel that, how, thank God we blessed to have that clientele, so we don't feel that, shop's doing slow. You're like, shit, I'm doing slow over here. Right? God bless y'all. God bless y'all.
The guy that came in from last year, he kept on asking, how's business? Nigga, I'm fine. Honestly, I might bring a record this week, to be honest with you. I don't know.
This is a sidebar, but is it weird that I was a tad bit offended that he come in talking about black people health? And
It was bothersome.
It just was like, what are you here for? Where's the black representative?
That's a trigger.
Yeah,
right.
You know
That's a trigger.
I just was like, what do you know about black people's health? You don't know anything.
My whole mind was,
yeah, you was getting his ass.
Since it was just filled with apprehensiveness of this motherfucker even talking, because he kept on saying black, and we want to do this. And I'm like, all right.
I'm always
if you really want to
curious.
make black people healthy, you need to go on all aspects of health.
Right.
And I ain't even gonna lie, I felt bossy as shit.
You
when I
was.
said that. I ain't even gonna lie.
First of all, what I'm gonna need you to do is give us some Whole Foods in our community.
Right.
Too.
I'm always curious as to how they'll identify what word choice they will use to identify black people. Are you going to say African American?
I was
say
staring out the window most of the time, but I was listening.
He definitely said African American
intensely,
several times.
or some shit like that. Whatever the word is, I was listening like a motherfucker. I was looking out the window, but I was
just
glued
feel
to
like if you're selling that, you should have somebody with you who can relate. The
girl was there. She just was the black representative to make us feel comfortable.
Yeah, but according to them, she'll be most of the personality.
Like I don't know. My mind
that shit kind of weird.
My mind just be going somewhere else. Like what is really your investment in black people's health?
Nothing.
How is it benefiting you? Why
is it just a job?
Right. Why do you want them to follow up with you? What type of information are you trying to get, and what are you trying to use it for?
Mm-hmm.
And these are all my thoughts, but I was just like, it's none of my business.
Yeah, and I always say, like, I unlocked another level. Like, when he was sitting there talking, and every time I responded back to him, I felt like a boss.
You was bossy as shit, too.
I felt important, cause you're not gonna come here talking this shit. Cause no, if you want to make everything better, and I didn't say it with a laugh. Yeah, I didn't say it. I was dead serious when he said I ain't had no smile on my face. It was like poker face, nigga.
A couple times I felt like he might have felt a little taken aback, but it was like he tried to have an answer, but he really didn't.
Yeah,
have an answer.
and that's why I said I felt like that, because I felt assertive. Yeah. Like, it felt like, all right, look, cuz, if you're gonna do business with me, this is the type of shit I need for me to even be able to be involved in it. It felt good. I ain't gonna lie.
But if he's gonna sell to the African American community, he has to be receptive to those type of answers and opinions, because then that's if you asking him stuff that he probably wasn't thinking about. All right, when I go to the next person, I'm gonna think about what Corey said, and maybe I'll sell more. Right. You can't just come in here and just think you're gonna sell me anything.
I pressed them on it too. Like, it don't need to be an option. It needs to be there immediately.
Exactly.
Like, don't discuss it. Don't ponder. No, make it an option. Like.
Right, and then it's like, how do I not know that you have cahoots with these doctors that you're referring? And I just get so deep into it and thought, but it's just like, it's true.
It is. I mean, but that's really what it is. Like, look, basically, just tell me. I'm just to the point in my life, I just like, just tell me what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So I can go about my life and I can let you know I'm good.
Yeah.
I do it.
Right.
And another Jay-Z line comes to mind. Like, I'm just trying to say, like, every time I meet with somebody that wants to do any type of business with me, I feel like I'm learning how to move in that room full of vultures now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like,
it's not as scary, it's not as intimidating, you just like, alright.
Because I don't like to call myself a boss, really. I like to call myself a leader for the most part. But realistically, when people come to this shop, or when you see the shop's name, is my name.
That's right.
Like, and it's weird. Like, when I signed my first lease and got my first, official business, like, I wasn't thinking in that realm. That shit came with growth. Mm-hmm. Like, learning certain. Like,
that's a fact. Yeah.
Every day I learned something different.
It was all seed at first.
Yeah, and like to watch this shit grow, like that shit is fucking beautiful. Like, And I think that's one of my purposes, like my driving forces. Like I try to find meaning in so much shit and everything. Like I nitpick the shit out of everything, whether it got anything to do with me or fucking not. I take that shit and figure out a way to make it better myself, be better me. Like, and it, honestly, it might be kind of self-destructive to be honest, because I force myself to work harder, but it makes me feel good.
I mean,
The growth in the professional side of my life has been a major focus for me, and it feels good.
that's good. It's supposed to feel good. Like, you really want to feel bad about what you
No, but I try not to revel in it because I'm one of the type of people that be like.
We always taught that, don't be humble. Don't think too much of yourself. Don't do this. And why shouldn't I?
I hate that word.
Why shouldn't I
hate that
think
word, humble.
that I am the
Did we just have this conversation not too long ago?
Why shouldn't I be confident? And why shouldn't I think that I am now?
Why shouldn't I feel like I'm great?
That I am not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's being humble right there. Acknowledging I'm not the only one. I'm not the first. I'm not the last.
Right.
I'm not down
But
talking
I
about
am
it, but
one of the best.
yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like I am a big deal.
I've just so recently become comfortable with saying that shit.
Me too.
With people, because you know how people want to say that shit.
You're
the best. You're this. You're a master barber. No. Okay. Well, thanks. Like, and then it's like, but to hear it come out of my mouth, it makes me feel kind of strange because I'm not one. I feel like to my core, I'm not one of those people that really do it for attention.
Right.
I don't really do it for praise. But then sometimes I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm good at this shit. Y'all gonna see all this greatness. Y'all gonna catch all this work. Like, I'm being great all fucking week. And y'all gonna see this shit. Yeah, and then next week I'm dry as fuck. I didn't probably put.
That's okay.
Yeah. If anybody go on my Instagram, that's at KB Cuts, at KB_KUTZ. If you follow my personal / business page, you'll see like different shit. Like you'll see me post a podcast. Then some days I'll keep posting haircuts. Like my story right now is flooded with haircuts. Yesterday, if I did 12 haircuts, I posted 11 of them shits on my story. Today, if I did, I didn't do all of them today, but even like on Sunday, I had intention on posting every single haircut on my story. I missed one, I was pissed. So Tuesday, I did it, right? I made every single one. I even called one of my clients. Yeah, one of my last client had left. She went out to her car, like, oh, did you pull off yet? Come here real quick. Like, I need to catch your hair real quick. Like, motherfuckers know I'm
That's how I deleted my damn TikTok the other day.
You did a TikTok?
Yeah, I be doing TikTok
videos. Oh, shit.
I'm still learning to get hip. Like, I'm still learning how to work Twitter. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
I love Twitter.
I have Twitter, but I'm not.
Twitter is the most disrespectful.
I love Twitter,
/ comforting / everything. Like, I love Twitter. I hate it, but I love Twitter at the same time because there's so much negativity on Twitter.
I just find that I don't have time for none of them that much no more. It's like I'm here. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat and I'm going to shower and I'm going to get in the bed and I'm going to scroll for about 5 minutes. I'm going to look at the same 3 people, 5 people stuff. And then I'm just going to get off because it's like, hey, y'all ain't talking about shit.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I'm looking at the same people in my algorithm, so I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's Instagram. I don't know if it's them. I'm like, all right, well, I'm tired of seeing her.
Yeah.
You know what? He posted this last week.
I unfollowed 10 people the other day.
I feel like sometimes they press the shuffle button on you because it'd be like,
I
ain't asked to see that story. Where did that story come from? Where my top 5, like my space?
I feel funny, like, when I unfollow people. It's funny to me.
I never unfollow people.
I do, because
I'm telling the story. I do. Because sometimes when people start posting, just like, you gotta motivate me when you post stuff on my page. Make me say yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't, or like, but don't be just posting just
anything.
Any goddamn thing. Like, all right, I feel like everybody's phone should be clear. I mean, it's 2021. Like, come on now. Like, even if you got an iPhone 4, you should get a nice quality.
Yeah, you should have a good camera.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for you to be posting still blurry pictures with yellow tones, and you just like, I can't see this.
There are apps to remove that now.
Shit, if you got an iPhone, you can edit the shit in there. I just learned how to do that shit.
So, those people that still take selfies like this, you just see all or their chins, and you just like it's just like all right, lift the camera up a little bit, like you know how to take
the
a
chins
selfie.
make me laugh.
Or people who want to cuss people out on their posts. Like I don't like to follow people like that. You know, people who hack into, they just having a meltdown, and I'm like, they doing too much for me today. I don't need to see all that.
Yeah, because this shit is like really programming for real, like because, and that's why like, honestly, the most people I unfollow will be like, I don't know, like them big booty girls and shit. I be unfollowing them because every post be like, and it's kind of hypocritical because most of my posts be like, go listen to my go watch the podcast, go book me, go buy some shit.
And they just promoting it.
They just promoting the ass. I'm like, as much as I love ass, I'm getting tired of seeing yours. Unfollow. Boom.
Like I need a break from you.
Yeah, like now it's time to follow more. I muted a couple too.
Oh, I love meat.
I just learned how to do that.
I love meat.
Cause I don't give it too much thought. So I just
but I had to figure out how to, I did it before and I had to figure out how to do it again the other day because I realized that I just need a break from certain people. So it's like I ain't gonna unfollow them, but I'm not gonna unfollow them, but I am gonna mute like their stories because they keep flying the fuck across my screen and they're getting on my nerves and I don't want to hear the dumb shit that they say or whatever it is the case may be. But it's very peaceful. Like that shit. Like it's crazy how social media and like blocking people or muting people has become a form of self-care.
Self-care.
Like, cause I was listening to
it's triggering.
Yeah, it's triggering as fuck. Yeah, I was listening to. That's definitely when we could just name the episode. And I was listening to Sway in the morning because I had to get back into finding ways to become informed about shit because of course doing the podcast, because realistically we didn't really have any topics today.
Oh dang.
I mean, that's the beauty of podcasts.
Yeah.
It's like almost free speech.
Exactly.
Like, we're free thinkers.
Yep, and doing this I know for a fact that if I can just have 3 good fucking talking points at some point the conversation to fly, and I'll get more questions and shit, or more things that pop in my brain like this. I was watching Sway in the morning. I was listening to Sway in the morning because I've been trying to figure out ways to stay informed with certain shit. And they had a segment where he was talking about Cameron, the rapper.
Oh, Cameron.
From Dipset? Yeah.
Oh, Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Cameron.
I'm like, what Cameron?
Cameron. Wrong. Killer season, nigga. Oh boy. But they played a clip of him. I don't know what interview it was on, but he has over like 200,000 people blocked throughout all the social medias, right? And he said some of the illest shit that I heard all day. I think I was listening to it this morning, to be honest. And he said, like, yo, like, all right, yo, people following, he just be commenting negative shit. Like, all right, let's like somebody coming into your house saying, yo, I don't like your curtains.
Nobody else you come in.
Or and then it'd be like, I don't like your carpet. I'm like, what the fuck? If you don't like nothing you don't like nothing I have to present to you, get the fuck out of here. So you block them. And it's really become a form of self-care. Like now I be thinking about like, all right, because I blocked a couple people recently. And I'm like, it feels good not to be bothered by these people. Like,
hell yeah.
It feels good not to be in contact because, like I said, social media and the memes be getting to me. So
it's become our real life.
Yeah, if you engage in a conversation, there's your energy transfer.
This is our new normal social media, and it's like it's just gotten to the point where
this is a very invasive society.
Yeah, like when you go, when I go out and talk to people, some people I love people full of conversation because I'm like, oh, you're normal.
Yeah.
I like you, okay, but then some people just be like, they don't talk about nothing, or even things they quote is stuff you see on the internet.
Right.
That shit is kind of wicked.
It'd be weird.
Because, like I said, like being the fact I probably see 3 times as many people as y'all daily, like those. I can have 2, 3, like I can have a line of people that's like, let's say 10 people, good energy. We talking, and then you get this quiet motherfucker that keeps staring at you in the fucking face and all this other shit, and just weird. Like
yeah, clients
it
really
fuck
gotta
up like the
stop with
whole
weird
flow of the day
vibes.
sometimes. Yeah.
Or the stiff neck clients, the ones you like, they can feel you just going.
I be like, you know what? Let me do it for you.
Me,
Oh, I guess so.
that's me all day. So I am the
All day.
aggressive. I'm very you know, so I
Hands-on.
don't hands-on. I am. I'm my bad. I didn't mean to push you that hard. You know, but sometimes you get those people that just get really quiet. They don't say anything, and then like the weirdest topic of conversation, they just all for. You just be like, oh, okay, oh, all right. I guess we can go ahead and talk about we can talk about lizards a little bit. But hey, you know,
That
it's
is
just
all
nice
right.
to meet people that actually, you know, find some joy in just any conversation.
Yeah. Because then, for me personally, and then I know my energy can be different sometimes. And my clients, and that goes back to having the regularity with people.
Right.
Like the rapport that you have with certain people. 'Cause like even my last client last night, I was telling her like, there's certain conversations that I can't have with certain people,
Yep.
but since
Oh,
we have this
absolutely.
relationship, like I can say this shit to you because certain, it's even like certain clients you can complain about certain clients. To.
Absolutely, but other ones you just got.
You got
Yeah, like sometimes you don't
like,
want.
what's your last night?
Yeah. And I those are personally my favorite clients, the
You
ones
can
that be
talk
like,
about anything.
Any
Yeah.
and everything, because it's a no judgment zone. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm not here to judge you, you're not judging
Right.
me.
And just like a hairstyle, a haircut is like a haircut appointment with us is therapeutic for them.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, like I got certain clients where I,
I
look
can't
at
wait to see.
what.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like,
like
I be
a
happy.
girl.
My nigga, oh shit, my nigga made on the schedule. I can't wait to talk to this nigga. Like,
She won there.
Yeah.
When they cancel, you be like,
hurt.
Like, I was looking forward to seeing.
I be saying them little punch
I'm
hand
not so-
emojis and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, cancel? Who you think you are?
unconsciously
think you
talking
are?
about them. Like, yeah, 'cause my favorite client canceled, so I don't even know how my day going. Like, yeah, what you want?
No, but do you ever have a day where you look at your schedule and it's like all annoying people?
Mm.
Or people.
I had one a couple days ago. I said he gonna get on my nerves. He's gonna creep me out. He gonna creep me out. All right.
And you have to like
She's
mentally prepare, like,
Relax, release.
Yeah.
Go in. I don't think I have any like super annoying clients. I feel like I have those clients that kind of like ask for a lot of nothing. If that makes sense.
it
So,
does.
It makes
It
perfect
does.
sense.
It's like, okay, and I ain't gonna lie, me just being the overthinker that I am, I'm sitting there thinking, all right, I gotta do that, and I be thinking like, just do this shit, and make it seem like you did a whole bunch of extra stuff, because they don't know what the hell they waiting for. All you
Don't know
gotta
what
do
they
is,
waiting for.
most
or
of
what
the
they
time,
want.
you just wiggle your fingers in their head, just make them feel like you did some extra stuff, like, got it.
I'll tell
It's
you,
like,
all right.
yes,
I got a story
you
for
did
that one.
it, you did it.
I got a story for that one, and if she listens to this podcast, she probably gonna cuss me out next time when her
But
next
it's all
appointment.
love.
That's all love.
It's
And I tell her, I ain't gonna say her name and no shit, but if she listens to this, she gonna know I'm talking about her ass. I love her dearly. I've known
Disclaimer.
her since like 1996. So about 25 years of her friendship here, but she drives me fucking crazy. Every time I cut her son hair, it's always like the littlest fucking thing. It's like,
I
can
know
you,
who you talking
yeah, can you raise the fade up in the back? Oh shit, that's too high. I ain't want that high. What the fuck? Like, in most cases, she'll describe this. She'll come in and say, "Corey, I want his hair cut like this." Like, I'm like, oh, so the same thing as last time. All right. Like, and I want this design. Oh, so the same thing as last time with these two fucking lines? Alright, cool. Go sit down. Like, and then the last time she came, you know how like, you use fibers, right? You know how sometimes one, depending on the hairline, sometimes it just might not look as sharp in one section. So I'm like, can you? She went outside. She was probably in a car or some shit. She came back in, like, can you just, this part don't look as sharp as that part. And I'm like, that's because his hair is thinner on that side. But, okay. I literally just tapped this boy forehead twice. There you go! I'm sorry. I did it. Oh my God. And I'm like, I'm glad you think that's it. Because I literally did nothing. I made sure the blade didn't even touch no hair. All I, because with the holding spray and shit, like, all I did was tap that one section real quick just to make it look a little bit, I guess, more appealing. I guess that. They say I got a light touch with these clippers, so I'm like, they say I'm pretty gentle with them, so maybe I didn't. But that shit trips me out. Like, it be the littlest fucking things, and it's typically the same thing from last time. Like, once you just say that, like, give me the same thing.
That's what I said.
No, you don't.
I did last time. I said same thing. You told me no.
Oh, yeah. And then you got some clients you have complete creative control.
Yeah.
Nope, I was thinking about this haircut all fucking morning.
Yeah.
You gonna get this work today.
Okay.
But kind of just over-explain the haircut or the style, and you just be like, okay. And then when you get in there, you be like, finding yourself sweating, working, and you just like, wait a minute, it's the same shit we did last week. Oh yeah.
But just put it a little bit more to the front.
Yeah.
Just put it right there.
It's always something really, really slight, but it's the same fucking
Same
thing.
thing.
I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why I said most people don't know what a good haircut or good hairstyle looks like. They
I had
just
that
know
conversation today.
how-
Hey, that is obvious.
So that they just know, like
That
they
is
just looking
obvious.
at what they feel makes them look good. Like, oh yeah, that's it. You be like, that's fucked up, but okay. It's okay.
Like, people crazy. Like, it's I don't know. Like, I one thing, like, with y'all, like, especially you, because you get to do a lot of different shit on the day. You do a lot of different shit too, but it's still in the same round. You go from hair, you go from barber to stylist, and you complete artist. You get to use your complete range almost on a daily basis.
Yep.
I have a client today, like, I don't have a lot of straight hair clients. I have like 2. Most of my clients that I would consider like having straight hair are women. But like for men, like I have like 1 or 2 maybe. And the one that I had today, like he hadn't been here in like 4 or 5 months. I'm like, yo, you have no idea how happy I am to see you. Because I don't get
something different.
Yeah, I don't get to pull my shears out. I don't get to do clipper over comb and palm. I don't get to do all that shit all the time. It felt good. I cut the fuck out of his head, but like I got a little confused because I don't do it that often. He ain't been here in months, so it's like I'm out of practice. I cut it.
What confuses you?
Length. I struggle with length.
Like what?
Like for straight hair, like you know how you gotta pull it, the fingers and shit. Like I struggle with that. Like I can honestly say that is not my strongest area. Like with that type of length, it isn't. But I know how to do it, and as long as I can, cut so I can figure it out. Basically, like, because sometimes, like, you know, if you get a different type of texture of hair, sometimes you really gotta work until you figure the shit out, and you can't let them know that you're working until you figure it out. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I fucking created a whole nother technique that I never used before today.
You got people who got missing
that's the artist.
alopecia, spots missing, big patches, and it's like,
I did some
shit. How am I supposed
shit.
to make this work? You have no hair there.
Yeah, I did some shit today that I don't even think I ever learned in a class or watching YouTube. Like I had my big comb and I had my thinning shears, and instead of going straight up, I started circling that bitch. I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. Like I never tried that before.
You gotta step out your comfort zone when it comes to just having that diverse clientele.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of like a thinking on your feet kind of thing. So me, I always look at stuff like I know how I want it to look.
Right.
So all right, I'm gonna do this. Like today, I had a lady come in. She was losing her hair. She didn't say she wanted a sew-in, but I don't do sew-ins any longer. But I'll still do glue. So anyway,
got to.
That's y'all good at what y'all do.
I cut all her hair off, glued the stuff on top, and cut it down with my clippers to make it look like a fade, and it faded in perfectly. She didn't think it was gonna turn out like that, but she was like, "Oh wow!" But it just more you just kind of like I can like you finesse some stuff sometimes, and you create a whole new.
As long as you know the tools.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
you
you
have
can
to
remember
know
the
the
techniques.
Yeah. So when you see people, it's like me. I just my clients that have straight hair, and a lot of straight hair people have really wide foreheads, and the straight hair actually is like a cover up to make it look smaller. So you gotta be careful on how you cutting it. So the little tricks I do is I just don't cut that and just cut everything before it, you know. So
yeah, and
it's
that's just like one of the things I try to. The position that I'm in, I have to help the younger barbers. So it's like that's why I tell them like, look, no. leave that shit alone. Focus on that part, focus on this, and then that shit will make sense. like.
The straight hair is more so, to me, I think the easiest thing is styling. So you can style
that is the
it
hardest
to make
thing
you
to me.
look
I can't do. That's why I struggle with length to that aspect. Like
when you cut it and it's in it and it ain't quite looking right, go ahead, grab
I
that
feel
little
like
texture.
I would be comfortable cutting white men's hair, not black men.
I'd be comfortable cutting white men's hair if they get their hair cut like black men.
Comfortable in cutting everybody. Look at everybody hair the same. I said the hardest to me is really thin. You ever have clients that have it's fine hair is wavy but it's thin. So you cannot cut against the grain at all because they'll look bald. And when you cut with the grain, you might take off too much because it's already thin, and it's like, all right, this hair is like fragile. So it's like you.
Hold up. Wait a second. Say what the fuck did you? What was that?
Remember?
Is what?
Fragile. Fragile. Remember A Christmas Story? And his father had the box. He was like, "What is this? What fragile?"
Well, Ralph,
I don't remember that, but I like the word regardless.
The only thing I remember that from that part is Santa Claus kicking his ass down the sliding board
And he
and
was
him
like,
getting his tongue
he said,
stuck.
"It's
That's all I
fragile."
remember from that.
And it said fragile. He was like fragile. So I always say fragile. Like that's like one of my favorite movies. But yeah,
Fragile.
that fragile
I like that.
hair.
I gotta remember that shit. It's
You gotta feel
it's
it.
fucking fragile. Like
Very
that.
fragile. It's fragile.
Yeah.
But with those clients, and most of those are, you know, biracial people. You know, so people, you know, they might be, you know, or like somebody Asian and black. Like that hair is it's thick, it's full. You
My
get a lot of
demographic
hair
is not that
splinters.
broad.
So, but yeah, I feel like once you learn hair textures, that really of course you know your tools. You know
Yeah,
how
they
to
all
do
the
it.
same.
But when
once
you
learn.
start to being able to just look at hair texture and just like, all right, I know how to cut that part. I'm gonna have to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
You work
and that's
out.
one of the things I appreciate about, I guess now, like I can consider myself like a seasoned like vet because the younger barbers that work is like when they come across a certain texture, it's like, oh my god.
Don't panic.
And they know, and they staring at me like, nigga, come help. And I'm like,
They give you the eye like.
yeah, I'm kind of like, no, they figure it out. Like, and then I go help. But it'd be funny because like I remember those days where like when I first started cutting in the barbershop, like I always tell people I've been through every phase of this barbering thing. I started in the basement. I started, you know, and when I went to barber school, it was an expansion. I've been that barber that was hiding from the state, you know, like before I actually got my license, and then, you know, I hit the ownership level. So it's like I feel like I've been through every phase of the barbering field. The only thing I haven't done is gotten my master license at this point. But like the years of experience, I just laugh. Sometimes like I laugh at the younger barbers. It's like, you stressed out for nothing.
Yeah,
Like, you have no
yourself,
idea that the
anxiety.
next time you come across that texture, it is going to be 10 times better. Because I know it's all about the reps. The more you see this texture, the easier it's going to be the next time. But the younger mindset is like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, fucking relax. That's what you need to do first. Like,
relax.
And they just look at me like, it's so easy for you. Like, I done more haircuts than you thought of. Like, it's supposed to be easy for me at this point.
Sometimes people like, you just make it look so easy. Like, what am I supposed to sweat every
Right.
time? I'm supposed to.
It's fucking hair.
That's what I do.
It's hair and I cut it.
Your job to say that.
Right.
Oh, you made that, put that food. It's so easy. You're supposed to make because I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'm a man of, I love convenience. Nothing's gonna look difficult. I'm gonna find the easiest way to achieve this, whatever the fuck it is.
I feel like that's an issue with a lot of young people today because they equate work with struggle. And work is not hard, it's effort.
Right.
It's just that, you know, and it's your level of tenacity
what you put out.
and your what you
What you put in.
exactly.
Proud
So
of
it's
it.
like people always think work. Oh, I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna do this, but I want to make some money. But like, you know, you got your mind. Right. Make up your mind. Like, is you in this or no? So.
And it's no matter how many times you say it, it's like they don't get it sometimes. Because in their mind, it's like, oh my god, I gotta get better quickly.
No,
But it's not quick.
It's not quick.
It's nothing quick about it, and that's the part that
Yeah.
gets me. Like,
I think it's just the whole terminology. Like you could say process, you could say struggle, you could say work. They just, oh my god, oh, they're dying. And when you say easy, they're like, yeah. Money. No, it's not.
Think about it as a struggle or process. You literally learn something new every day. You learn some way to better your process every day. And so it's just a continuous learning process.
That's life, though, and
it's so beautiful.
People don't get it. It is. It's
uncomfortable when you transition.
Yeah,
it can be.
Where the fuck is my chapstick?
But anything that's uncomfortable, I feel like it's kind
this
of
is bullshit.
You just had it though.
I don't know. Okay, there it is. Ugh. Oh goodness. This shit wicked. The younger generation is allergic to work. And that's just how society is. Because shit, even the news is instant now.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta wait till 6 o'clock, 5:30, whatever the fuck.
I'm
10 o'clock.
generation.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything is warmed up and recycled around it.
Wrong impression. Cause you come in, you think you're supposed to be cutting 10, 15 people a day.
Looking at me like
I ain't been
doing this for a decade.
It's like, why do you think that you're supposed to come in and get instant gratification?
And as much as we say it, people preach it, they even say it themselves. Oh, I'm not like that. I don't understand when people are like that. It's like some way the other day you find yourself doing it. You know, just a smidgen. So I feel like we all kind of being brainwashed to a certain extent. And it's like, that's why I try my best to put my phone down. I try my best to just kind of tap into myself or just be aware of my surroundings. But it's hard talking to certain people when they in your age group.
Right.
And they done been through some things, you done been through some things, and they still just not getting it. So you just be like, that's a trigger.
Yeah. that's a trigger.
Ain't no worse than talking to motherfuckers. It's just like,
oh my god,
damn, you still think like that?
You got failure.
Like, oh my god, like it's like sometimes you be like, they gonna get it one day, and then 5 years later.
That's how
you just like,
5
years later. They still on the same shit. You just like, now I was told to be humble, but bro, like you ain't on this level. I need to go over here. So
just don't have it.
Right. And it's like, who am I to tell somebody they don't have it? However, it really disgusts me and disturbs me when I see people have so much potential, because I feel like we all have it. And it's just like they complain and just, instead of just take that energy that you complain and unlock that shit in you and finesse somebody. Because all of us out here finessing in some way, shape, or form. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that make the world go around. And just let it work for you. Don't focus on trying to get over on people. Just, focus on how can you make it work for you. You know, I feel like the less people that are affected by what I do makes me sleep better at night. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hurt nobody. I read something on the internet how people are buying people's land for people who owe like water bills or stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some of them shit.
And people were arguing like, oh, you gotta be an evil person to just put somebody who's been living there all their life.
Who was putting them out though? After they
right,
land?
Right.
Look, check this out, right? I ain't trying to be nice
so
to these
the thing
motherfuckers.
is, if you owe $10,000 and you got this lien on your house, and I go, it's an auction, or even if I got the $10,000, and I say, hey, look, I'm gonna buy this land, but you got 90 days to pay me back. Well, I give you a year, you don't pay me back. Yeah. And so, but people were really arguing like, oh, that's hateful. That's what's wrong with us. I feel like what I've learned, you gotta understand how business works. And a lot of people don't. Everybody think everything is personal. That's why they say don't mix business with personal things. Business is business. So I feel like if I buy you a house and you owe me $10,000, I'm gonna give you some time to pay this back.
Because that's the niceness in me.
Because that's the niceness in it. I'm gonna even work out some things. I'm gonna send you, hey, look, you need a job. I know this place hiring, and you do this. Now you don't have to do it, but I am trying to help you. If I afford you everything and you still don't do it, then I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yep. It's called business.
And that's just what it is. I think about, I'm a big person on karma. I feel like I get out what I put in. I gave you the tools to progress, and you didn't take it. So, life is a choice. You don't make good choices. This is what happens. These are the results. This is what happens.
That all resonated. So
yeah.
It was beautiful. I love it because that's part of the reason why I work so much. Because I've come to the realization that, you know how they say, like, focus on what makes you happy.
Yeah. Well, I think it hit around like.
Ding, ding, ding. Where you ding a ding a ding?
Oh, yeah,
God damn it, I don't like
But
that.
this one?
that was like, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Right, yeah. Because we're like, social media is the devil. Because the more I see,
It was
because
a social dilemma
because like the
I
more
think that's what I couldn't finish. I fell asleep.
on Netflix.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It
get
is
through it.
kind
It was
of
boring.
the more I
It kinda
see
get a little
stuff
dry,
like
but it's very interesting. Very
yeah,
interesting.
like focus on what you do. I think I posted that shit like a couple days ago. Like if you focus on your hustle, it'll be the best thing you ever do. Or focus on what makes you happy, and it'll be the best thing you ever do. Honestly,
It really
my
is that
hustle
simple.
makes me happy. I thoroughly enjoy what I do
It really
on a
is that
daily
simple.
basis, and not too many. And I think
Yeah,
I would
too
be
many
doing
people that
myself.
can say that.
Yeah, it's not too many people that can say they thoroughly enjoy what they do for a living. Like
Yeah,
I look
yeah,
forward
yeah.
to coming, like depending on who my first person is, to be honest. Like I look forward to coming in this motherfucker and being great all day. Because I'm good at this shit, and I'm gonna be good at this shit, I'm consistent. like
Wait a minute, I had to think about it.
yeah, like I love that shit. Like I love that feeling. Like get up with a purpose every day.
I like it too.
But not everybody knows what their purpose is.
That's true.
Well, they need to get.
I mean,
in
I
touch
feel like
with
it's up to
themselves.
you to figure it out,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
because you have one, but everybody don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think I seen that somewhere today. Like you're blessed because you're able to get up and work and operate in your purpose, but not everybody has that opportunity.
Yeah, and I think, and that's why I don't want to take it for granted.
Right.
That's just another reason. Like I 1,000 of them to justify why I work as much as I work. But like I feel like I'd be taking it for granted if I didn't maximize every day.
I mean, I feel like I thoroughly enjoy it too, as much as my ass is in here. I'm here and I ain't supposed to be here.
Yup.
I like it. I think if anything, what gets me, I always say I want to spend more time with my children. But they know I'm at work. They know, and they come to the shop, but sometimes they just don't like sitting there. But I forget my sons are older.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I never dawns me, they're just simply not interested. You know, so then I'm like, oh, all right. So I call, like, what y'all doing? Nothing, playing the game. What you doing? Every time I come in the house, though, my sons always say, how was work? Or what clients you saw today? So that kind of make me feel better about, working. But I make sure when I take my time off, I spend it with them, and I don't clog them with, oh, hey, what you doing? I'm like, look, I'm in here. I think it's just being in that home and just being at peace with your family. It's like, all right, I know this is worth what I'm doing. But I don't. When I was a CEO and just working all of them hours and not being appreciated, it just was like it really mentally
That shit hit
you
different.
up.
Like,
And it's
When
like
you
you
doing
either
something
missed
that
out.
don't make you happy.
Yeah, you be looking at
yeah.
years of
when
go
you're
by.
just doing it for the check.
Yeah,
Like,
you didn't miss Christmases, Thanksgiving, all kinds of firsts, and you just like, dang, all because I was at work.
Doing something I don't like.
Motherfuckers is taxing me, taking my money,
you
about
know
to
what?
get killed.
I gotta make an
So-
announcement real quick because the way this conversation is going, I need people to realize that like not just barbers or stylists or whatever. Self-employed people in general, they go into the fields they go in because they enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Like jobs, they great. Everybody's gotta work. Everybody's gotta make a living. But for certain people, like you gotta be cut from a different kind of cloth to come into this lifestyle. And that's exactly what it
And
is.
to actually be dedicated.
Yeah, it is.
That's different.
It
It's
is a
discipline.
complete lifestyle because it's just we said a few minutes earlier. Like you get out what you put in. This shit is all on you. Like I'm a very big rap hip hop fan, and the nigga Rick Ross said I'm from where my hustle determines my salary. So like, I find great gratification in the hustle because I know exactly what I want. I know the things that I want in my life, the materialistic. Like I know those things. I also know the things that has nothing to do with it. I just know how I want the respect that comes with it too.
Yes.
I want all the appreciation, the real, genuine appreciation that comes with it too. Because the last job I had, this motherfucker told me it'll benefit me and you if you do this. No, fuck it, won't. Who you think you talking to, Dad? Like who you think? No, it won't. I quit that day. And I took my black ass to the barber shop and I ain't looked back since. Like, for real. Like, I told me like 3 hours later that I quit. All your shit is here. Like, it's locked in the garage. Nigga, go ahead and get it. But, like, and that was one of the driving things for me. I was cutting part-time, but I wasn't really making no money to sustain a lifestyle. Like,
so if you had 3 things that you could give somebody, 3 things that's starting out, what 3 things would you tell them that they have to be successful?
a plan, discipline, and hella hustle. You gotta be dedicated. You gotta have discipline. Mm-hmm. You gotta be willing to put the work in. Because I had planned to quit anyway. Like, honestly, like, I planned to collect, alright, let's say it was a Thursday. I made up my mind that I was going to work 6 more weeks to collect, like, to collect at least 3 more checks to stack up, because that made I needed it for my cushion. If I decided that on a Thursday, I quit the next Monday morning.
Them plans go
yep.
too quick.
Yep. As soon as I came up with the plan,
like us all.
Yeah. As soon as I came up with the plan to quit, the minute he said something that made me mad, I'm going fuck home.
Like,
yep, I don't need you, motherfucker. I'm going home. I got plans. Y'all in the way.
Right. I have to take this. I'm going home.
Yep. And that's exactly what it was. Like I'm gonna go get this 300 that I'm gonna make this week at the barbershop or some shit like that.
You wanna quit on a non-pay week? I don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was.
Yep.
I called. I just felt like I didn't want to quit, and my daughter was like, "No, don't quit. Wait till January. This was summertime, like July. He said, wait till January. Just wait till you hit 10 years." No. And I remember going to work and coming back to his house, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "Oh, I quit. I ain't going back." And he was like, so I didn't officially quit. I just didn't go to work. Mm. So I remember going to personnel trying to figure out how to withdraw my pension. And when she told me, she was like, "Yeah, you have to write a letter of resignation." I said, "Oh, you got a piece of paper?"
Right.
And she was like, "Yeah."
I sent the text.
And she gave me a blank piece of paper, and I wrote, "On this day, I resign." I said, "All right, can I get the paperwork?" She was like, "You serious?" I was like, "Yeah," and I never looked back.
I had my email sitting for probably 2 weeks before I gave it, because I already knew that I was not coming back, or I didn't want to stay no longer.
Like, it's like you just kind of take that leap of faith. It feel good. It's scary as fuck. It is, but boy, it's like, whew. Yes. It's like some peace. Like you be like, "I don't know how I'm gonna pay this rent, but I'm gonna pay that shit."
Yep.
But that's basically that belief in you gotta really fuck with yourself hard to really step out on faith. And I always tell people that, like, like, you really gotta know, I'm gonna do this. I'm not thinking about no negative stuff. I'm gonna get it.
Part of my reason, from the first time I cashed a check, I've been at work. Like, when I was working at 16, well, I had a little summer job at 14, 15, but like, when I got my first, like, 13. Yeah, like, when I got my first real job at Burger King when I was 16, it was like, "Oh, you don't want to work? I'll take those out." Mm-hmm. Like, I've been a worker from the jump, so I knew, like, when I decided to work for myself, if I went as hard for them, I was going to go 10 times as hard for myself.
Right. That's
so,
right.
like, I was building, and then, like, that summer that I quit the first week of school, so maybe, like, September, because I remember I had to pick my little brother up. But, like, that summer, I had noticed that it wasn't no drop-off for me. Mm-hmm. Being a part-time barber for the first couple of years, and this, that, and the third, like, summertime would slow down for me. Like, the first 2-3 years, something like that. And then, that particular summer, I realized, like, when I get off work, I come in this bitch and I'm cutting from the minute I get here to the time I leave. Whether it's 4 hours or 8. Mm-hmm. Like, from the minute I get here, I'm cutting. So it's like, I'm making consistent money. And I looked at it like, well, if I do that shit, like, every day, like, all day, like, eventually, that little bit of money that I'm making will grow. Like, and that's what it did. Like, that, I made that plan that Thursday. And then Monday, I said, fuck them people. Nobody goes to the barbershop on a Monday, but I was in that motherfucker. Like, as soon as I quit there, I went straight. I went and took a shower, and I went to the barbershop.
You never know.
Yeah, and Like long term, like I used to be mad, like the job that I had that I thought would be my last that shut down in 2012. Like I thought it was gonna be the last job ever. Now it's like them shutting down in 2012 was the best thing that ever happened. Because nowadays, like the amount of money that I've surpassed them. And I don't have to work as hard around fucking fire and cranes and fucking shit that can fall on my head. Like, I got peace, and I can sit here, I can talk shit, I can drink, I can take a smoke break, and can't nobody fucking fire me.
I can roll my eyes.
Yeah. You can leave when you feel like it, technically.
With no explanation?
I could eat.
Yep.
I could cuss. I could tell you about yourself. What you gonna do?
Because you still want these hands.
You don't get no write-ups.
Yep.
You might write me up. Sure, what you want to pull me to? Everything clean in here.
Yeah, you ever catch that point like when people ask like, why do you do whatever? I'm like, because I can. Like, cause realistically, because I can. Like,
I find that a lot of older clients, they are very surprised that this is my only income. And they like, oh, so you do this full time? Yes, ma'am. Oh, this is your only job? Yes. Oh, so you must make a pretty decent living, huh? Well,
I'm cool.
I'm good. I'm sure there ain't one for nothing. Everybody fat. You know, we good. So, yeah. Oh, wow. So, how do you only do, you only do about 5 people a day? I mean, wow, you must charge a lot. Actually, no, I know. I'm pretty reasonable. It just, it just.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
But to me, I feel like that mental state that those people are in, because they programmed to think that I need to work for somebody else to survive.
Right.
Somebody else has to determine my today, my tomorrow, and my future. No, you determine it. So, like, I learned that young.
You gotta own it.
You got, like,
you
this
gotta
is the
have
thing.
balls to
You have to
stand
take
up
risks.
to really put that,
You have to take a risk.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a risk taker. I do some shit and like, it's impulsive sometimes. But I figure like if that
I gotta know what your sign is.
Like, I'm a Gemini. So but that's just always been me. Like, cause I always was told, not like, I love my siblings. But they always told me I couldn't do stuff. So they always used to say, you can't do that. But watch me. And that's always been, watch me. I was the only girl in the art club in elementary school. I was the best painter. I was the best drawer. I was the best shader. Like, I just had to do everything boys did. And I wanted to be the best at it. Because I was a girl. Because they always say, you can't do that. You can't flip off the monkey bars. Watch me. I might twist my arm out of socket, but I did. So that's just always been me. Now, I'm not to the point where I don't care if it's a guy or girl. I know I'm one of the best at it. Like, I always say, I'm in my top 5. Like, if you don't believe in yourself,
there's no
who's
traffic
going to
in
believe?
your life.
And that's like, right. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in my own lane. I'm chilling. I'm not worried about anything. I feel like if anything I need to work on is just accepting myself more and not really caring about what people who I care about think about me. You know, because sometimes when you care about people and their opinions, they do make you kind of go back and...
Them shit's mad sometimes.
Yeah, because you care about the person. But when you don't care about people,
it rolls
right off. But I noticed the people... That's why if you care about people, you got to make sure those people are good people to you just as you're good to them. Nobody going to treat you how you treat them, but they still got to be good for something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't really want nobody in my life no more that I can't use.
And usually, not saying like I use you to
people
abuse
always
you.
take use as a negative term.
Yeah,
it's really not.
I like how I don't have to explain that to
like,
mature
you
adults because like some people think you just want my money, you just want no bitch. It means
all
relationships
relationships be mutually beneficial.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Whether it's a relationship, situationship, whatever type of ship. If I can't,
it needs to sail.
Yeah.
It needs to sail. And we need to turn into a big Titanic.
On the last episode. The last episode I put out, right, it was a portion on there because we was talking to Barry about his new lifestyle now. And I told him like, yo, like I love it because it's my best fucking friend, like since 96, 97. And we just got something more in common. Like he's a business owner now, I'm a business owner. Like our conversations have changed.
Yeah.
And that type of shit is beautiful to me because for a long time I felt like the loner. Like I can't have this conversation with nobody outside of this building.
Right.
But now it's like, I can talk to him, man, because he gonna understand whatever gripes and this, that, and third. Like, he's just starting out, but just the fact that he's just starting out means I can help him. With I have resources now, like, because I got a couple years in this shit. Like, and it makes me happy to be able to watch him start, to watch him. You've been asking me questions every other fucking day now. Like, it's beautiful, and just the fact that I have answers makes me feel good. Like, yo, you try this, look here, blah blah blah. That shit, this shit makes sense. That don't do that shit. Don't waste your time. Like,
just to save somebody from the trouble that nobody helped you save yourself from.
Yeah, and to be able to give it away. Yeah. Like, cause all the shit that I had to pay for, that I enjoy giving it away.
That is a great freedom. I love to give stuff away.
Yeah, I ain't giving no haircut away, but you
can
get this information.
Yeah, like information.
We're blessed. I don't feel like it's a person or a human better than anybody. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like it is us, are very blessed. And it's because we're genuine. And there's not a lot of genuine, 100% genuine people out here that's them all the time. I don't care how many times you fuck me over, I'm still want to be nice. I don't care how many times, this is me. I'm happy, this is who I am. So I feel like no matter your struggle, no matter who you deal with, you'll always come out on top because you're not doing it for clout gain. You're doing it because it just feels good to be able to say, I done been through this shit on my own. This didn't come with no handbook for me. But if I'm here to tell you, like, look, man, I did that. I can say, trust me, it had me afraid to jump off the bridge, but I didn't. Don't do it.
Yeah, I've been through that part. Like, hold up, cuz.
Call
this person.
You ever get offended when people don't use you?
Yes.
It's like, I'm right here.
Yes.
I
get very offended.
And I'm learning to kind of just like, let them learn. But it do bother me because I be like, I've been through that. Like, I'm telling you, like, I know. But it's just like, some people just gotta, those are the people I feel like you ever heard people say, some people just gotta learn the whole way.
I got a cousin that got his barber license, like, within the last year. And he's never reached out to me for no tips, no nothing.
Do you feel like he can't?
I don't know, cause I ask when I see him, I ask him, man, what you doing with the blah blah. Like when what's the face left, I call him first, cause he was still in school. I call him like, you want this shit before I go find somebody? No, I'm good. I'm gonna finish ball. Like, cool. And
maybe he just don't have the confidence yet.
Possibly. I don't know what it is. And me personally, I'm not going to ask.
A salon setting or a barbershop setting can be a tad bit intimidating to somebody who don't feel like they have the clientele, or you just getting out and you just really don't know what direction to go.
That's a gray area for me. I don't understand that type of shit. Like, I understand you want or you don't.
But see, you gotta understand, you come from a different time and era, so that's one thing I do kind of try to understand with younger people today, with just today's tech world and social world. They're getting their information of how to be a person through a screen versus just real people that they've got in their own house, so I get that. So that's why I just try to. Sometimes you gotta break it down, and they get a little like, oh my god, I gotta break this shit down again. But certain people get it, and you always know when the one who's not gonna get it just ain't gonna get it, and that's you just be like, you know what?
Never mind.
Go ahead. And I feel like sometimes my sons do that. I tell them something, and then somebody else, they like, nah, that. I be like, I told you that already, so I didn't tell you that. You told me that. So, you know what? You got it? Okay, good. Like, that's all I can be worried about. But even like, I feel like sometimes just being a barber, some people do kind of like water you down and think like, oh, you're just a hairstylist, you're just a barber. You can't possibly know that stuff. And then you know a little something, oh. They like shocked. Like, yeah, I don't know. I know I'm stuff besides these clippers, I gotta like tell people I'm basically a doctor, but I just don't have that title. Because, I know the body. I know all of that stuff. Y'all know what we gotta learn. But just even if no, to me, honestly, I don't remember everything, but it's kind of like common sense to me. So I feel like you know your body when you know your body. So the more you know, some shit is just kind of like common sense. And I know common sense is not common, but I feel like if you choose to just pay attention. If I tell you
why the fuck would they do that? They
like
want you to tell them.
Like my son, I tell him, if I tell you we're gonna go clean up something, what you think think we need to bring? Cleaning shit, right?
Typically.
Anything you need to clean. I don't care if you don't use it. You needed to clean. Why? Because we want to make this job easy as hell and get this shit done. Don't come in here with nothing. We were going to use our spit and the arms. Out there. Like, so it just, people don't think beyond just the basics. And that's very frustrating when you just living and just out there trying to help people grow. So me, I kind of stay to myself. I want to get my master's and stuff like that, but I'm not really looking to like train anybody unless they really
I kind of have to because I'm going to need a new barber soon.
So, I mean, I feel like, you don't think you have to. I feel like you should just, it's open.
What's open?
I mean, like, okay, if somebody want to learn.
Well, no, it's easier to hire somebody who wants to learn versus somebody who has a
Oh, yeah.
So, that's the easier route.
Yeah.
To fill in the fucking shit. If you can apprentice them, you can get them in there because most of these motherfuckers that we see on Instagram don't have licenses.
See, I didn't know that.
Say that again.
Most of these motherfuckers that we see on Instagram
know
don't
that.
have licenses.
I found out when I went to a barber show like a couple years ago, this guy I followed, I mean, he was getting it. And the girl was like, he ain't got no license. So I was like,
most of them celebrity stylists, barbers,
Yeah.
all that, none of them have licenses.
Mm-hmm.
really?
Yeah. But then you got some competitions that you gotta have a license to compete in. Like the last one I did, when I registered for the shit, the license number and everything, like damn.
I respect places like that.
Yeah,
You know,
I appreciate
do.
that
I
shit
appreciate
because
it.
it
Put
makes
some
me.
respect on our name.
Yeah, because I feel like I didn't
we
waste
had to
this
go
paper
through.
for nothing
Right.
because I had to go do a lot to get this. You know.
Man, I spent so much money.
All them stupid hours.
Dealing with people I don't like and then getting to the end of the road and they say, oh, you're short 15 hours.
Right.
Don't play with me.
That shit just drove me fucking crazy. I kind of cheated a little bit.
I'm not saying that. I am legit.
I mean, I'm licensed. And for real, through the state and all that shit, I signed it. I think I gotta renew again this shit.
Yeah. But do you feel like the industry is going in a different direction far as like
I feel like it's way too gimmicky.
the fakeness of it all?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like it's very gimmicky and it's annoying as shit. Like I had a conversation with a client last night. He was like, yeah, I was looking through your page. It looks like you take your time and you do this, you do that, and with your.
It looks like that.
I'm like, no, I don't. Like, nigga, no, I don't. I copy, I paste. Like, I ain't like, cause there's so many people out here doing so much.
Right.
I understand for social media you gotta create quality content, but some of that should just be goofy. Like they be running around blowing smoke all over the place and hanging ring lights on people's heads. I ain't got time for that shit.
Get that off.
I don't have time.
I'm not doing all of that.
I don't have time for that shit. Like, look,
If it's a
take
whole
this
shit,
boomerang and this quick picture. And
that's for
boom.
creative purposes, but just my everyday picture. Okay, bro, put your head through this ring light. I promise it won't shock you. Like what? No, I'm not doing all of that.
I couldn't imagine sitting that fucking light on somebody's head, but that's the type of shit people do. It's cool pictures, and they get a bunch of followers. And be honest with you, the only thing I care to have a lot of followers is on my podcast page. So if you go follow at Cut the Shit Podcast, it's KUTZNSHIT_podcast. Go follow that shit. That's the only place I'd rather have a bunch of fucking followers on the watch. All you motherfuckers gotta do is watch and listen. What am I do with 50,000 followers on my blog page? I can't cut 50,000 people nowhere. Like I am fine with the amount of followers I have, which is getting close to 3,000 now. Like I'm fine with those amount of followers. And I'm not cutting 3,000 people. No fucking way. So for my barber page, it don't really matter how many followers I have anyway, because realistically, I'm only going to maybe cut 100 of them.
I always say 10% of your followers actually.
Yeah, alright, so if I got 2,900 followers, I might cut 290 of them. That's more than fucking enough. I am tired.
I ain't done shop clothes.
Yes, I am tired.
Yep.
Everything. I got pee and shit. Like, it's crazy.
Yep. Same.
I feel you.
But I'll take the followers on my podcast page, but like people that be doing all that shit, extra gimmicky shit, like if you got a website, that's cool too. Like, but if you're just doing that shit for haircuts, you geeking. Like if you got a website where you got merch, you know, you can got shopping shit like like cutsbykb.com. You
That's
know,
right.
we getting to the end of this shit, so now I'm just plugging away as I converse.
All the ladies in here.
Plug away as I converse. So like, yeah, if you got shit like that, then you know a shitload of followers makes sense. Because there's some barbers that I know like I wish my orders looked like this. Honestly, I'd be happy if they did, because them motherfuckers, they had orders going out when they be boxes and shit. I'm like, nigga, I shipped a t-shirt. These niggas shipping all kinds of shit. I'm like, alright, well, whatever. Maybe it'll happen one day.
But it's social media, so they make it look like that. We don't know what that
Exactly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It could be. But it
maybe
looks
you just
good
need
and
to
it's
stack some
motivational as
boxes.
fuck.
Make them think, oh yeah, that nigga really
Oh,
selling
let me go
stuff.
get
I
one
set that
time.
up then.
Let's see what he got
All
done.
those bags.
I need
Go
to
ahead.
find another. Somebody told me they need a bulb.
Yeah,
They commented on my picture. I need a bulb. I need a new
You
bulb.
need to book an
Oh my
appointment.
gosh, don't you hate that?
I don't know what I'm supposed to
When
do
you
that.
put in a comment.
I'ma like it.
Oh my gosh, I'm coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fly all the way from Missouri and come see you. You
I
know,
laugh at those.
You're not coming to see me. I find that people on Facebook are not as serious as on Instagram. Put no DMs, but people still want DM. But I feel like Facebook people, when they DM me, I know do not schedule this person. They're not gonna show up. They're bluffing. Like it just.
I send them my link.
I do, but it's still like, oh, I'm gonna come to. Can I come tomorrow? So, 10 o'clock.
You need to check
Okay.
and see if it's something tomorrow. at 10
And then,
o'clock.
this was before I was using the booking app, but I felt like when I was just taking
Booking app is
on,
lifesaver.
hello, isn't it?
Link. There you go. Find a spot.
Do you get the client that calls you and say, hey, can you put me down for that 2:30 you have available on Saturday? I feel like if you went all the way to that app and saw all of that, you could have
Right.
put your damn
Goddamn
self.
Right. I remember when you said you ain't want no schedule.
Right.
Even a broke clock is right. Most.
It's all
Evolution.
Yeah, broke
It's
clock
wrong.
is right
It's all
twice
wrong.
a day, so shit, I could be wrong a lot. It's okay. I don't know. Like, this fucking scheduling app thing is probably one of the best things that fucking ever happened in my life.
Absolutely.
Because people, I don't want to fucking talk to people all day.
I
I just want to do my
you-
job. Like, I just want to work. I just want to show up and cut it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I want to do. I don't want to. I was multitasking. I multitask all fucking day. It's bothersome to me. I be wanting to just stop and just cut it. Like, I want to do just one thing. I don't want to have to answer nobody's questions while I'm cutting.
Right.
Because it seems like every 5 minutes, hey, Corey. Corey.
I don't answer.
Cuz, yo, every 5 fucking minutes it seems like if I could just sit there and cut, I'll be happy. And listen to my music. I don't want to fucking check no messages. Cause I'm expecting them all the time. Like, if I could just sit there and cut my hair.
I'm pretty good
and
now.
cut hair, like, I'll be happy. I just want to show up and do my job.
I want to be I don't want to be overwhelmingly busy, but I do want to be more busy, But I don't want to get to the point where I'm like,
I can tell you.
in my
Go
phone.
open the shop. Every 5 minutes you gonna hear your name.
The most annoying thing because I have a suite, is I'm in the window. And after hours, when the front manager leaves, people knock on my window. Because the door's locked when she leaves. So they'll... So me, call your stylist.
Right.
Call your stylist. So one day, I didn't know the girl. I don't bother nobody. I go in my suite. I mind my business. I don't talk to nobody. I'm in here make money and go home. And that's what I do. And the girl locked herself out. I didn't know. And she knocked on my glass and pointed to the door. And I said, call her stylist. And she was like talking with her mask up. And I'm thinking, I'm just looking at her like, now I'm terrible at reading lips. So I know I cannot see through that. Man. So I just sat there and I just looked at it. They be getting attitudes. I know they be cussing me out. But I just be like, Claudia, what you want me to do? So later she says, oh yeah, you didn't let the stylist in. She actually worked here. I said, well, I don't know her. She didn't come introduce herself and say, hey, look, I work here. You can let me in next time. But I didn't know. So that's probably the most annoying thing. And people stopping me and asking me random questions through the window with their mask up. And I'm just
How you
like,
supposed to see that?
I just look at them all the time. I'm like, they probably be like, she's a bitch. But I just... Yeah, that's
get
a
that
good
a
one.
lot,
So,
too.
so that's the equivalent of you, Corey all day. That's what I go through.
I get that a lot too, because some days I'll be the only barber in here to be pissing me off. And like yesterday, for instance, I was the only Bob in here. Like, you take walking? No. Like, no, I don't. Like, I sometimes I get so irritated. Like, honestly, I don't like talking to walk-in because I know I'm gonna have to say no, and I know like because I'm gonna have to tell them something that I know they're not gonna believe. They're gonna say, well, when your next opening? Honestly, because my next opening is like May 17th. Honestly, like I don't know. It's May something, I think though.
But you can book on this app right here if you like to sit and chill with me. I don't know what I have available, but I booked today.
Yeah,
You know,
like
so.
I just be looking at.
I try my best not to give people bad attitude or energy, even if I'm irritated or they asking me 1,000,001 foolish questions. I just try to be right. You know, you make them use their brain and put their thinking cap on.
It's May.
so
Just to clarify, it's May 21st. Not at this point right now.
Okay.
Like May fucking 21st.
Or I get the client, hey Quan, it wouldn't let me book for nothing. It didn't say you had nothing available.
That means it's fucking not.
Because it's not anything available. It's booked. Oh, you book like that?
Why do people want you to be broke so bad?
And then
It's like people that I missed the old Courrier when I was fucking starving and broke. Like why the fuck you want me fucked up so bad?
Like, I gotta remind I'm something like I am.
That should be making me
So
mad.
I found that that's my new line now. Like I'm a big deal. Yeah, people book me a lot. So they're like, oh, okay. Well, all right. I guess I'll get you the next time.
That's been my line lately. Like, it's been one of the two. It's like, why are you so good? Blessed and highly favored. Or
God don't play
I'm
by
just
me.
good at my job. I'm good at my job. What you want me to do?
I'm a good person. This is, I don't know. I could school you, but you probably won't listen.
That'd be the funniest part. That would be funny as shit because like the clients that I've had for years and years that's grown with me. So it's like they proud of me, but like it's still like that. Damn, nigga. like I miss being able to just call you and get my hair cut.
You sense a little hate from
Just a tad bit.
Just a little bit. Oh, because I looked on your book and you was booked the next 3 weeks out. Aren't you proud of me?
Right.
Yeah, you supposed to say congratulations, nigga.
I ain't in here asking you, can you loan me $50 at the cut? Charging you $50 for the haircut. Like, yeah. I think that's like some clients. They realize they can't do those pro bono cuts and services no more. Like no, I don't do that no more. Pro bono.
Man, that from the live chat people talking to me talking about some haircut giveaways and some shit like that. I was like, who the fuck giving away a haircut? And they was like, oh yeah, we're gonna sponsor that. Oh okay, make sure y'all know my prices. I'm not doing a fucking free haircut for nobody. Sorry, except for my father and my son. That's it.
Anytime I was offered the opportunity to do it,
I
didn't take it, not because I didn't want to give it away, but I just feel like I work so hard. And this is how I eat. Now, there's other ways I can give back. I feel like I'd rather kind of make a donation to the cause than go up there and work.
I'd much rather send a cash app.
So I really
than do a free haircut. I'll send the same amount as the fucking haircut. But I'd rather do that than cut your hair and feel like you just got up and fucking walked off.
I do discounted, something like that, but I'm not doing free. No, because ain't nothing in this world free. Free don't exist no more.
Shit, electricity high as shit.
Right.
And McWork use clippers.
And these clippers cost a lot of money.
And even if they cordless, you still got to plug them bitches
and I
in
got
the water
plug them
charge.
right, hello. If I use them too much, they won't cut off because they got to cool down, and I got to go buy some more. Like,
yeah, that shit is crazy.
Much. My hand been vibrating all day. My thumb moving on its own. So, like, I gotta get. It's just it's a lot that goes with this.
Yeah, it's insane. But I'm sleeping now.
Yeah, it's Thursday tomorrow. That's the beginning.
I'm off.
You off on Thursdays?
Yeah, I'm off on Monday and Thursday.
Don't nobody care.
I take off Mondays and Tuesdays, but it never feels like I'm off though.
Cause you're not.
Yeah,
It be like that sometimes. But
I'm off Monday.
Monday is just one day.
Now, do y'all feel like with the world opening back up to a certain extent, you feel like you just want to be like your most ratchet self, but in a positive way? Coming, like you just want to, because you've been like.
I just want to be able to go.
I've already been outside.
I'm saying like even if you've been outside, but like this time you just you won't be just unnecessarily just
Maybe a little bit sometimes.
Just I feel like that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you deserve it.
I feel like that.
I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go to work.
No, Corey.
All I want to do is make
That's
money
what
and
he
go
gonna
home.
do. That's what he gonna do.
I just want to make the money and go home.
You can still get the money, but you need to go outside.
Home is good.
Every time you go outside, you spend $200 though.
Every
But outside
time.
costs $100.
I know.
That's the entry fee.
That's why I'd rather spend
But
all
see-
my time making the hundreds of dollars than going to fuck home
and
so I
then
can save
you
it.
can go outside and you can budget. I'm telling you, you can.
Mm-hmm.
It's different for guys though, cause he gonna have to pay for all his drinks probably.
Mm-hmm.
We can go out, maybe only buy one or two
because it
of our
depends
drinks.
on where you go.
It do. It does.
It depends on where you go.
does.
So that's how you gotta broaden your horizon. You start going places where people be like, oh yeah, I'm just a barber. And let me buy you a drink. You stand on your feet all day. You know. They buy you
He ain't
drinks.
convinced.
You know?
I'm going home.
No, go home.
I'm
I
going
want you
home.
home.
I don't need to go outside.
Like I'm telling
outside
you,
is dangerous.
and my ass goes
It's
straight
cold
home.
all
I be
over the
straight
place.
home. I be talking about things so fast. I'm pulling up and
I'm
talking
looking at my
y'all want to
phone
come
like
out.
it's 11:30. I hope I got a parking
I'm
spot.
getting
I need to
sleepy
go
and
home.
shit. I gotta pee. I'm getting sleepy.
And my parking lot far as hell away from my house.
What the fuck? See, I don't like them. I like to pull up right in front of my
But I like because I live in a cut. So it's like, you don't know where I live, but you know where I live.
That's how my first place was. It was like I had to walk down a long ass pathway to get to my building. It was horrible when I went to the market.
But I be like, no, don't try me.
Man, going to the market was a horrible experience. I had to carry 37 bags at a time because I wasn't walking back to my fucking car.
Is that like a guy thing? We all
No,
just
it's a
carry
girl
like,
thing too, because I do the same thing.
I don't like
I
going
don't
back
pick
to
up
the
no
car.
bags. I get my sons to do it.
I don't have none of those.
I be like, y'all come outside now. They bring the biggest fucking tote.
They bring a tote?
We got a huge tote, right?
They
We
genius
just
as
move.
shit. I be,
So
my
they bring
hands
the tote
be
for
losing
all the
shit
bags
all
and
over.
then like
Just
work in the
carry
other
it.
end. They just carry it back to the house. I be like, okay,
That's
see,
the
that's what I'm
ingenuity.
doing. Put that thinking cap on. That's right.
My fucking hands be losing circulation. That's one of the things that's great about my life right now. I don't have to carry heavy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like no more.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
overrated experience. Carrying heavy shit is dumb.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, but all right, we gotta end this because I gotta pee real bad and I'm sleepy.
All right.
I wanna-
Sleepy too.
Well, I kind of want to smoke more weed too. So
Have
I
fun
gotta
with
get
that
on
on
with
my
that
bed.
shit. But thank y'all for listening. You know, it's been another wonderful episode. Go to the websites and all that shit and go buy some shit. Cutsbykb.com, patreon.pub.com/KNS. You know, if y'all want to tell me where to find y'all, feel free to do it now because I gotta go.
Quan the Barber.
There we go.
Instagram king_queen Quan. And you can Google me, Quan the Barber, and I'll pop up. Yeah.
Boom. Googles. Do your Googles.
I'm just a beehive. You know. THA_B_HIV_. Bye.
Works for me. Alright, I done said enough of that shit. I say, follow Cuts by KB, follow the podcast page, all that great stuff. We're gonna be out of here. I'm getting out of here because I gotta go. Y'all be great now. You hear?